This is Ada Cougar Football, presented by the Chickasaw Nation. Brought to you in part by Ada Nissan, Classic Cake, Carter County Dodge and Hyundai, CTS, Fenton Ford, First United Bank, Great Plains Kubota, Hilltop Dodge, Landrum ENT, Laser Zone, Simmons Bank, State Farm Agent Don Carpenter, T&W Tire, Vision Bank, and Wild Rose Place. Now, let's go live to the action with the voice of Ada Cougar Football, Kenny Morrison.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Coy Easto Stadium, Norrisville, down below. Another night under the lights. It's a Friday night. That means high school football at its finest. The 4-0 Ada Cougars hosting the Hilldale Hornets, 3-1. Both teams 1-0 in district play. Going to be a great night of football. The Cougars playing again their fourth consecutive home game. A chance to get to 2-0. Trey Kinley. What another beautiful night. This is our fifth week. We've had five. It's been some warm nights, but weather-wise, couldn't ask for much better as we play Ada Cougar football tonight.
No, it's a really beautiful night. Little breeze, little warm for September 29th, but I'm not going to complain, especially come November when you've got the heater turned on.
We'll find some cold spots, and we'll get that heater cranked up and
hope
roaring.
we don't find any bleachers to sit in, Kenny. That's my goal this year.
Well,
make do press boxes.
There's been at least one a year for the Cougars, where we've been in the bleachers. But going to be a fun night tonight. The Ada Cougars coming in off a big win last week. Trey, they got Sallisaw on a real grinder, 7-0, did enough to make a big play and win the game. A much improved Sallisaw team, a Hilldale team that finished second in the district a year ago. Very good football team. This game will go a long way determining probably postseason seedings and ramifications.
Yeah, we actually were very successful last week as an offense, just under 6 yards a carry and 10 yards of completion, but untimely turnovers hurt us. And if we do that again tonight, we're in trouble.
Injury bug has struck Ada a bit. We'll get into that later, tell you who's available, who's not. But right now, I had a chance to sit down with head coach Brad Osteen on Thursday morning, as we do weekly for our Coach's Corner. Stay tuned here at KADARadio.net because that interview is coming up next here in the pregame show. I'm Kenny Morrison alongside Trey Kinley, Nathan Crowell, Mason Lee. Stay with us. The Coach's Corner is coming up next. Tonight's broadcast, a presentation of the Chickasaw Nation. Welcome back to Coy Easto Stadium for the fourth consecutive week. The Ada Cougars enjoy home field. I'm Kenny Morrison along with head coach Brad Osteen. Coach, my pleasure.
Good seeing you, Kenny.
Yeah, you bet. Welcome to the broadcast, another Friday night game. Cougars come in 4-0. About as good as it gets through 4 games. They've won them all. 1-0 in district play. Took down Sallisaw in a real old-fashioned football game last week. 7-0. Beat the Sallisaw Black Diamonds. Hilldale, the opponent tonight. Coach, we'll get to Hilldale in just a moment, but congratulations, first of all, on a 4-0 start.
Well, thank you.
And one of the 4 undefeated teams in district play out of week 1.
Appreciate it. It's been a lot of hard work to get to this point, but the kids are playing well and playing hard. We got to tweak some things, but when you're 4-0, you got to be happy but not satisfied.
You know, you never know what you're going to get on Friday nights. These are 2 teams, Cougars averaging over 33 points a game coming in. Sallisaw was over 37 points a game coming in. And you think, get ready, here we go. 8-7, Sallisaw nothing.
Yeah.
A second defensive shutout of the season.
Yeah. Defensively played really, really well. You know, just really, really proud of our defensive side of the ball. Gave up some big plays here and there, but kind of cleaned some of those things up. But anytime you can pitch a shutout, man, it's a great night defensively.
Really is. 6 consecutive quarters now for the defense heading into the game against the Hornets tonight from Hilldale. Defense playing at a high level. We'll continue to try to improve on that. Coach, a big play in the game. And I want to take the touchdown pass from Boyles to Lindsay on the hitch and go. You worked on that during the week. Comment on that, but also comment about parlay that into play calling. You know, fans watch from the bleachers. Why did they run that play? It didn't do anything. Talk about the progression of that and what that potentially sets up for game-winning plays like that one on Friday night.
100%. You know, it's just one of those things that we read the coverage of the corners, and if the corners are belling, you know, we're going to throw, we call it jellyfish. You know, I know in the newspaper they put it the jellyfish play, and that's just what we call it because it's easy to signal, and it's just reading the corners if they're belling, and then we're just going to run a hitch route 5 back to 6 inside, and it's a quick throw, easy throw and catch for the quarterback and receiver. And if that guy's really showing up fast and biting hard on it, then you just basically show the jellyfish, and then go off of it, and that sucker bit. And Brock did a really fantastic job of separating his hands and showing like he was going to throw to get that corner to bite. So those secondary guys read quarterback. So I was telling Brock, make sure you separate your hands and sell that part of it. And then that corner bit up, and then just wide open, and then Deontay took care of business after that.
40-yard touchdown pass, extra point by Cade Mitchell, who would make a big tackle on the ensuing kickoff. Put the Cougars ahead 7-0. That was the game winner. If you watch that replay that showed the hand separation and the shoulders turning to that corner was a thing of beauty.
100%.
It looked like more than a sophomore making that read and that way he opened up.
100%. Getting the experience last year for Brock, all those games he got to play in last year just helped him. And he's really progressing and playing like a junior.
Cougars taking on the Hilldale Hornets tonight, district game number 2. Two teams expected to be in a fight for the championship in this district, along with Poto, according to what people saw early in the season, kind of starting to play out that way. That said, you can't jump ahead, but this the biggest game to date for the Ada Cougars.
Sure, 100%. Biggest game in the district, and that's just kind of how we look at it. We don't talk about down the road or this and that, and you might kind of peek down at it and kind of look at it and kind of see what you have, but it's one game at a time, and the biggest game is the next one. So that's kind of our mentality going towards a game plan or going towards a practice or going into Friday night. It's the biggest game. The next one is.
Yeah. Hilldale had to battle to get here against a much improved Stillwell team. Came from behind in the fourth quarter, forced overtime, got a field goal to win it, 24-21. So they scrambled, but they got here 1-0 as well. Is it safe to say they're not as they're talented? Skill positions a little down from a year ago. Lost the running back, maybe just a tad, but they're still big and physical up front.
Sure, they were really, really good at the running back spot last year. I think it's probably the best running back that Hilldale's ever had. And then up front, they were big and massive. And I think one of those, number 66, I don't remember his name, but he went to Air Force and is playing for the Air Force. And so heck of a front. They've got still some big kids, strong kids up front. So that's where their strength is. And they're a dangerous football team because they find their niche and get to playing well. They're dangerous.
Let's talk about attacking that up front for Hilldale. You're without Sanusi, it looks like, for the rest of the season, unfortunately, and wish his recovery quick for the young man. I know he's disappointed
100%.
Not to be out there. Dawson Matthews still out at least another week. So talk about the point of attack against this Hilldale front.
Well, kind of the thing that we're looking at is just kind of doing some, maybe throwing the ball a little bit more, maybe running the ball outside a little bit more early on. And we made a change at center, and so making sure we combo and make sure we stay heavier on those combos to take care of the front three. The linebackers are cheated up, so we can't spend as much time, but just make sure we're good and solid on our combos, and just got to make sure we stay sticky and get our pad level down because they're big and strong, and then make sure we win the hand war, bringing a punch and getting up underneath their pads.
Cougars against Hilldale tonight. In a big district game, third-year head coach Brad Osteen here with us on Coach's Corner. Coach, seems like the offense, as it matures, keeping the defense off guard with a lot of motion, maybe an unexpected play call, not being so, what would be the word?
We give it different flavors, giving different flavors and running the same type plays and everything. So it kind of keeps it simple for our kids, but just giving different flavors, different motions, different formations, and running the same plays. And so just trying to keep defenses off balance to where we got to make them think and shift and do that type of stuff, and then we're coming off the football really well.
Cougars playing well. Again, scratched out 7 points last week. Could have been more turnovers, kind of got them behind the 8 ball a couple times, but the defense was stellar. Let's talk about the defense. 6 consecutive quarters of shutout football, two shutouts in 4 games. And How do you like the matchup against what Hilldale brings to the table?
Well, they're very similar to what Sallisaw does. The Sallisaw quarterback was a heck of a player, heck of an athlete. The Hilldale kid maybe not as talented, athletically, but he's still a good player. So it's a lot of the same scheme. So it's really kind of some of the same stuff we did last week ties into this week. We've added a few. Coach Shanley's added a few tweaks on the edges, so we got some different ways to play the zone read and stuff like that. So, it's just kind of a chess match of if they're doing this, then we can do this. If we're having problems with this, then counteract it with this, and so, they're very, very similar to what Sallisaw did. Maybe not as much power read and different reads that they're doing, but a lot of zone read and a little bit of counter.
I thought looking back at the Sallisaw game, and this maybe parlay to what you have to take away in this game, maybe you can comment on that. Watching practice against Sallisaw, you said, we're going to take away the quarterback. I mean, you really watched the defensive ends. You really coached them up as far as getting their shoulders turned and making sure. Well, the running back had some big runs.
Sure.
They've got over 100 yards, but you still shut them out, and you took away the quarterback who was the key to. He led them in touchdowns for the year. So although the running back had some big plays, you took away what you wanted. Sometimes you have to pick and choose. Sometimes what you eliminate.
And in some of those where we just fit it wrong, or we shut it down. With the running back, and we gave up a few big plays there with that, and then we just. Like I said, it comes back to fits and understanding fits, and if you fit wrong and you end up with two guys with one gap, there's an open gap. So anyway, we fit it wrong and gave up a few big plays, but the number one thing we went into the game plan with is stop their best player, and their best player was their quarterback. So I feel like we accomplished that for the most part and kept him under control, and then the tailback and I'll give credit due because those guys. Coach Tyler and those guys are doing a fantastic job, and they were big and physical up front. So it was a really good matchup for our defensive line, and I thought those three guys and Isaiah Hayden came in and spelled guys and played well, but those three guys up front played really, really well. and really proud of them.
I expect Sallisaw to be there fighting for a playoff spot for what I've seen so far.
100%.
Season. They were a good, much improved football team. But back to Hilldale quickly, Coach, as we get toward the end here. They like to throw it a little bit more. They throw it 22 times per game on the quarterback. And one thing I saw when watching some video is, with our secondary 10 interceptions, a chance for them to kind of set back and hopefully make some more big plays. Yeah,
we talk about the front guys a lot, but man, our secondary has played really well, and I don't know where we're at in the state and stuff like that. I don't worry about stats too much, but except the one big stat, and that's winning, but I think those guys have played well. Our linebackers are when we're stunting really well and putting pressure on them. I think our third down, I think we're 24%. And so that's really, really good. So getting pressure and then setting it up. And then I just feel like the secondary is doing a fantastic job of doing their job, reading their keys, and then Coach Shanley changing the coverage, and it kind of keeps the quarterbacks off balance, and then getting pressure in his face causes that ball to come out early or come out maybe a little high or off target, and gives us a chance to pick a lot of football. So just really proud of our whole defensive staff and our whole defensive group right now.
That's one stat that we don't keep, but I know there's been 3 sacks on the year, which isn't a ton, but the quarterback pressures, they've been, as Coach mentioned, they've been numerous in every game.
And that's coming from linebackers to defensive linemen, and it's just the kids are playing really, really hard, playing really, really physical. So, like I said, if you make people have to make decisions fast or under pressure, it causes a lot of mistakes.
Final thoughts from Coach Osteen. Coach, I want to have you comment on this, and we'll wrap it up, get down and get ready for the kickoff tonight. But this is a really good football team. 8-4-0. Lots of area for improvement. 2 areas I'm going to talk. How do you handle this in practice? I know you talk about it. Penalties and turnovers. 2 things that can be, if they're slowly cleaned up through the year, could really remove some of the ceiling for this football team. Sure.
And we talk about it and just kind of talk about it as a whole, but we're playing really well defensively, but we feel like we're probably playing at maybe a 60-65% of our ability level. So if we clean a lot of things up there, our defense has a really high ceiling from where we're playing right now. And so that's one of the big things. And then offensively, the same thing. We got to take care of the football. You know, you go back to the McAllister game, we turned the ball over 0 times and they turned it over 4 times, you know. So we have to clean that type of stuff up. So it goes back, like I told the coaches, you have to have everyday drills. And one of those everyday drills for our receivers, anybody that touches the football, is ball security. And so going back to those everyday drills of making sure it's a big emphasis on it every day, not just one day a week or how, you know, hey, we didn't turn the ball over, so we're not going to worry about it. You know, you got to focus on those type things. And so, and then just cleaning up our blocking. The offensive line played really, really well at times, but our perimeter blocking broke down, you know, and then sometimes it was our running back not being patient and following the guard and then making the proper cut. There's 2 touchdowns on the table right there if we make the right cut. And then I think there's 7 plays that I counted the first half or 1 block. One block away from having a chance to go score, you know. And so, you know, we had nearly 300 yards of offense. It's just that we have to be consistent. And that's the biggest thing that we're preaching to our guys. You got to show up every day and you got to do it right every day. And so keep striving to, you know, be happy, you know, with where we're at, 4-0, but don't be satisfied. And so that's kind of the message we're sending to our kids.
Cougars still ranked number 6 in Class 4A, a chance to extend their winning streak to 5 against the Hilldale Hornets tonight. This has been the Coach's Show with Coach Osteen. Coach, we're looking forward to it tonight.
Appreciate it.
Another home game, then 3 or 4 on the road after tonight. So be sure to come on out and hope you enjoy and watch this Cougar football team. This has been the Coach's Corner. Remind you, our broadcast streams at kadaradio.net. More pregame coming up next, right here. This broadcast and presentation of the Chickasaw Nation.
Welcome back to Coy Easto Stadium. I'm Kenny Morrison alongside Trey Kinley on the call tonight for the Ada Cougars' 5th game of the season. Trey, 4-0 Ada, 3-1 Hilldale. Both teams 1-0 in the district. Hilldale's only lost to 6A Power Claremore, gave up 63 points. Hilldale's a good football team. Little off from last year for some positions, but still very well coached, picked high in the district. And you heard Coach Osteen comment about him in our Coach's Corner. Cougars come in tonight coming off a game, again, Trey, we mentioned 300 yards of offense, but only 7 points. And because of some changes, injuries that have kind of came in late here in the week.
Like today.
Today, you know, the Cougars going to be juggling a lot of changes here before the game as far as backups and maybe some play calls and so forth against a good Hilldale team.
Yeah, Karan Richardson out this week. The plus side to that is Chauncey's back. So that's going to be – and Chauncey, you guys saw him a play or two at Durant, but he's if Xander and Karan were morphed into a player, it would probably be Chauncey. He's right in the middle of them, in my opinion. He's got some of Karan's power, some of Xander's speed and elusiveness. So it's good to have Chauncey back from the hamstring. Will Johnson going to be out tonight, a late scratch. Got in an argument with a spider and lost.
Yeah, what an unfortunate.
So next week, Will be shooting spider webs out of his wrists. Can't do that as a lineman. That's holding, Will. But I did talk to Eric just a minute ago. Will is home and doing well, which is good. He's on the couch. He's going to get to watch the broadcast, so I'm sure he'll be able to critique his teammates. But glad he's doing okay. Obviously, wish he was here. But it's next man up mentality. Isaiah Underwood, number 78, going to start in Will's place at the left tackle. Isaiah has not played very much. He's a big kid, looks good, moved in from Conawa. Don't know that he's played much football before here, but he's got potential. I talked to Coach a couple weeks ago about Isaiah. I was out at practice, and he was struggling with something, and Coach was on him pretty good, and then Isaiah asked a question. And to me, that means he's coachable, he wants to learn, he's willing to learn, and that means he's not going to do anything but get better. It's going to be baptism by fire tonight. I'm sure he's a bit nervous, but I look for 87, Cord Coffee, to be lined up a little bit quite a bit more on that side with Isaiah to help him. And then you've got two of the best fullbacks in the state, in my opinion, in Fisher and Brennan, both linebackers that take that linebacker mentality to the sniffer back position that will help as well. Another new starter, Cale Fuller, has moved to center, losing Sanusi. So, Kenny, we had, of the 5 offensive linemen that started week 0 against Durant, there's 1 playing in that same position tonight.
Yeah, it's a lot, and that's just part of the game of football. Yep. Injuries happen, and you adjust. Captains for tonight's game for the Hilldale Hornets, Jacob Jones, senior, wearing number 10. Matt McCoy, 54. Matt McCoy is a senior. 51 is Mason Forehand, a junior. Number 5 is Ty Wilson, a junior. And 75 is their outstanding kicker, Case Schiller. He's a junior. For the Cougars, it's Fisher Marr, senior, number 10. 26, Xander Ryan, senior. 53, senior Samuel Jordan. And 19, senior George Maddox. The officials, referee is Chris Marlowe. Umpires Chris Edwards. David Hines, the linesman. Josh Joseph, the line judge. Back judge Jason DeBerry. You got Chris Mallow. That is at the coin toss down below. And he flips the coin. And the Cougars, for the 5th straight week, have won the toss. They are 5-0 on the toss. They will defer to the second half. We'll take a break, come back on the other side, and the Cougars will come onto the field. They'll be on defense first. This is Cougar Football, a presentation of the Chickasaw Nation. Welcome back to Coy Easto Stadium. The Ada Cougars, a little bit early tonight, have taken the field. We apologize. It's supposed to come out at the 2-minute mark, ran out at just under the 4-minute mark. But they have taken the field down below. They're excited, Trey Kinley, ready for football tonight against the Hilldale Hornets. Big game, probably the biggest game tonight in 4A4 district play. 4 teams come in at 1-0 in this district. And Ada Cougars, one of those 4 teams, as they take on Hilldale tonight. And the Ada Cougar defense will take the field first. They're now 5-0 on coin tosses this year. And they will kick and kick and defend the south end zone down below. This game a year ago went to Hilldale on the road, 24-16. Some theatrics late. A touchdown that could have potentially gave the Cougars a chance to tie it on a 2-point conversion, called back on a penalty. Ada all-time 2-1 against the Hilldale Hornets, and they are going to start a bit early tonight. So glad we're back. We'll put it on the tee. Caden Mitchell on the right hash mark. We'll put it on the tee at the 40-yard line, and the deep men to receive for Hilldale at his 5-yard line is Brady Scott, 5'9", 145 sophomore. On the far side, looks like number 4, sophomore Blake Johnson. Cougar special teams, Chauncey Conway out there back in action this week. Down below, also Kamari Richardson and others. There's a high, deep,
good one.
Pick 25-yard line, return to the 30. 35, and a nice tackle. That McGilbray at the 35-yard line, a 10-yard return. So McGilbray stuck his nose in there and got him. So Hilldale will have first possession. 11:55 to play in the opening quarter. We'll set this Ada defense, which has changed a little bit with the injuries coming in late. Trey Kinley will set them for you here in just a moment. Isaiah Hayden's lined up at the right defensive end position, the cat side. You got Cord Coffey over here on the left wearing 87. First play's a handoff on a slant. The Cougars are in the backfield. Cord Coffey slid down from the left defensive end position. He got the running back Rowland on the carry. Gage Rowland.
Yeah, really, Kenny, the only change here is Deuce there at the right end.
You got Brennan Riddle at an outside backer along with Rhines, Marr, and Maddox in the middle. Lindsey and Richardson the corners. Shotgun Fields rolls right, being flushed out of the pocket, fires, caught, 47 up to the 50-yard line and a first down. He got out of the pocket and hit Parker Ireland for a gain of 17 to the 50. Lindsey on the tackle. Nice, got out of the pocket. Cougars had some pressure, but the quarterback Fields, a sophomore, got out of the pocket. Fields has been pretty efficient this year. Number 8, Parker Ireland, made the catch at the 50-yard line. Fields out of the pistol formation, rolling behind him. Cougars in their vaunted 3-4 defense. He throws it about 22 times a game, going to roll left, throw it here, and the pass is caught but out of bounds. He had to kind of lob it over The defender with that George Maddox that got in front out there. The pass was eventually caught by Brady Scott, but out of bounds, incomplete. Fields on the season, the sophomore signal caller, came in 47 of 88, 53.4%, 605 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So they will throw it around.
Which I like, Kenny, because we have a propensity to turn them over when they throw it.
Trip receivers, 2 to the near side, the boundary side. Rowland's running right now. The quarterback going to keep after a fake, and he's ushered out of bounds on the near side. Great pursuit. That's Fisher Moore. The quarterback faked it, and Fields kept it running behind the block of Rowland, but Fisher Moore came flying through from his linebacker position, read it well, stayed parallel to line of scrimmage, and brought the quarterback Fields down to the 48 after a gain of 2.
Very similar to what we saw last week, Kenny. Fields not quite as elusive as Strine was, but very capable.
A lot of zone read you'll see by these Hilldale Hornets in their white uniforms, Cougars in their maroon. Fields, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. Hands off on a sweep. Got some speed going to the corner. 45, 40, first down right at the marker. Kamari got him out of bounds. They got Brady Scott, who's 5'9", 145, but he has some speed, Trey, and they sealed the corner on the left side. And on 3rd and long, he's got a first down at the 39. He got a 9-yard pickup.
Yeah, that's a good run there. Xander a little bit flat going out to get it. Stay a little bit deeper there, and then he gets a better angle.
Second first down on this initial drive. 5 plays ran by Hilldale. To Cougar 39, 10:40 to play in the opening quarter. Fields again from the gun, has 3 receivers deployed. Play action, looking downfield, chased, grabbed as he throws it way out of bounds. Good pursuit. Guess who again? Cord Coffey into the backfield, forced Fields to throw it away. This Cougar defense, we talked about it in the coach's corner with Coach Osteen. 3 sacks, not a large number on the year, but the quarterback pressures have been numerous. They have been they've caused a lot of those interceptions, making the quarterback release it in a hurry. And that time, Fields did a smart thing. The sophomore quarterback just sailed it where no one could catch it. 2nd and 10. Ball at the 8 of 39. The drive started. The Hilldale 35. Again, Fields from the gun. Right beside him is Rowland. Fakes the handoff, and Fields keeps it, and he's wrapped up. Shooting the gap, getting in there. Looks like Brennan Riddle, again, came from that outside linebacker position. That's great eye discipline, Trey. Got him for a yard loss.
Yeah, that's one good thing about playing this week, Kenny, going back on what I was saying a minute ago, going up against a bit of the same stuff as last week. So those reads, mesh point reads are similar for us.
Cougar defense has been getting off the field. Opponents came in 15 to 62 on 3rd down. They handed off up the middle, and they're going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage. Coffey, Maddox, is that right? Yep, George. They try to run it, and they're going to have to punt. So they tried the element of surprise, tried to bust the run play. No surprise for your Cougars, Trey. If they get him for a yard loss, and Hilldale will punt the football.
Is this are you sure? Is this not their kicker?
Yeah, but that's a little bit long into that win. That'd be 68 yards, but he is the punter as well. That is Schiller from the 41-yard line. We'll give him his punting numbers in a moment. Cougars put no one back. From the 41, Schiller a 2-step, high kick, angling left, 17-yard line, corners it out of bounds, 8-yard line. 33 yards, no return. And Ada will take over at their own 8-yard line. So Hilda, a little bit surprising that they didn't go to the air, Trey, on that 3rd down play, that tried the element of surprise and ran the football. And Ada says we'll take it, the 9:21 mark at their own 18. Now, this is where we'll have to set a different Ada offense, especially up front tonight, with some 3 starting offensive linemen out. Sanusi, Matthews, and Will Johnson tonight. And Brock Boyles, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. Will set the offense in a moment. Goes to Xander, running left, got some speed. Jitterbugging at the 10, cuts it back up inside to the 13. Good run. Kale Fuller out there pulling.
Underwood did pretty good there, Kenny. Pretty good.
Mark it to the 14. So let's talk about Isaiah Underwood starting. Mentioned him in the pregame show, the sophomore offensive lineman, starting at the left tackle. You got Deuce, the left guard, Fuller, the center. set the right side in just a moment. Rhines beside Boyles, low snap, picks it up, rolls right, throws deep downfield, got a man just over the outstretched arms. He had LaKeven, had a step on the defender, and it's a pretty good pass.
Yeah, it was.
Just probably a foot short of being a big play.
I like the shot there, though, and I like the fact that Keeve was behind him. Hopefully that bodes well for future plays in this ball game.
So from the 14, the Cougars face their first third down.
Chauncey in.
They've been 40+% on third down this year. Chauncey Conway. Besides Brock, twin receivers right. Hands it to Conway. He's got a lot of room. 15 left side. Cuts inside 20, 25, 30. Secondary, third level, 39-yard line. Chauncey got the corner. Oh, the Cougars sealed it, Trey, on the left side.
Hey.
Ty Wilson finally brought down Chauncey Conway.
Guess who's over on that left side,
That was
Kenny?
speed and power to the 39. He got 25 on third down.
I don't think Chauncey's run out of bounds type of guy, Kenny.
He just ducked and ran over Ty Wilson. If he gets by Ty Wilson, it's off to the end zone.
I like it. Again, I'm spending a lot of time watching Underwood here because you know he's nervous.
Cord Coffee.
We're going to have to call a timeout because 12 in the formation.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, and you can expect that. You probably can't be too disappointed with all the changes in personnel. And Will Johnson's happened last minute. We'll take a timeout. First quarter, 8:15 to play. Cougars and Hilldale scoreless. This is Cougar football, a presentation of the Chickasaw Nation. Back to Coy Easto Stadium. Trey Kinley, good to see a healthy Chauncey Conway run the football. That hamstring looks to be in good shape after a 25-yard gallop. And can't say enough on, we'll show that replay later. Boy, he had all kinds of room on the left side. The initial blocking by the offense. Conway running right this time. Runs into some trouble. And he's going to brought down behind the line of scrimmage on a little inside handoff running right. Brought down to 37. Jacob Jones in on the tackle. So Conway will lose back to the 37. 2nd and 12 for the Cougars.
Yeah, on that big run, Kenny, Underwood crashed down and they pulled Deuce from the other side, and he's the one that got the big block, the kick out, and then was leading. Sun Eagle's starting tonight too. He was leading the way.
Yep, Sun
Here
Eagle's
they
the
come,
right guard.
same play there.
Yep, they pull, and here's Xander up inside 50, 45, 40, 35, foot race, 30, 25, tackled at the 25 of Hilldale. Oh, they pulled Deuce.
It's Deuce and Sun Eagle. Caleb Sun Eagle this is his first start of the year as well. Played quite a bit last year, so it's good to have him back. And that's the speed on that side.
38 yards.
I like it.
38 yards. The Cougars going in a hurry. Cord Coffee comes in, sets up, tight end left beside Underwood. They're going to hand it back to Xander, dancing with his feet, picking his way inside the 25. Got a couple brought down by Caden Ford. He's just a freshman at 6', 275. 2-yard pickup, but I love the running game early. Credit to that line up front.
They're playing well.
First Ada possession. Ada's defense held on Hillsdale's first drive after allowing a couple of first downs. You got Lindsey split right, Richardson in the slot to the right, no one to the boundary side. Boyles have Conway beside him, handoff up the middle to Chauncey. Schiller grabs him from behind.
Good run.
Yeah, Chauncey pulled Schiller, who is a big boy at 275, and Chauncey just powered his way to the 20-yard line. So he ended up getting 3 after being grabbed probably behind the line of scrimmage. 4-down territory for Ada at the 20.
Kenny, you can see what I'm talking about there. There's the power of Karan, and you saw the elusiveness on his first carry. So good back to have in there.
3rd down and 5 for Ada.
Carlock in.
Yep, they're going to go to the Wildcat. Let's see if they go that double sniffer back look that they
I didn't
practiced
see
this
Brennan
week.
come in.
Nope, he got Fisher lined up, sniffer back to the right. Sun Eagle, the right guard. Good to see Caleb playing in his first game of the season. Here's Colton, fakes to Conway, running right. Dodges a tackler. Dodges another one, cuts inside. He may have got the marker, Trey. He dodged a magician with his feet. He sidestepped 2 would-be tacklers in open field and made that single-handedly, Trey, to the 15 and an Ada first down.
Yeah, that's a great job there by Colton. But I also want to mention the line on that side, the receivers getting blocks.
And that was a point of emphasis. They did not grade out last week. And that's just from Coach. He said that they were challenged this week. He goes, up front, get you 6 yards. The backside, get you 60 if your wide receivers block. Yep. And that's what they're looking for. 1st and 10, man in motions. Richardson takes it. Nope. Jet sweep. Running. Cuts inside 15, 10, 5.
Good block by Chauncey leading the way.
Jet sweep to LeKeven. Yeah, Conway out in front. Boyle sold that well with the fake. And the Cougars really mixing it up as LeKeven Richardson shows his speed. And not only his speed, his ability to just kind of.
He's a patient runner, Kenny.
That's a great. What about to spit out the patience? He got 10 and a first down for Ada.
You have runners like Chauncey and Xander that just hit it and go. He looks like he's moving slow. He's moving faster than he looks, but he's the patience. And then when he sees the hole, you see the burst.
4th first down on this
drive. Here's
drive.
That double sniffer you were talking about with Fisher.
Fisher takes the direct snap, running it up the middle, powering toward the end zone. Did he get there? The Cougars think he did.
Nope,
the
they're calling him
officials
just
are coming
short.
in and say just short. Inside the 1. Fisher Marr was battling for the goal line. So officially got 4, even though it's about 3 inches or maybe from the goal line. Boy, the Cougars moving the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal. They'll again run it with Fisher in the Wildcat. Takes the snap. Going to run left. Oh, he's untouched. The left side just blew him open. And Fisher Marr's in the end zone. And Trey Kinley, no penalties. An 11-play, 82-yard drive, almost to perfection for the Ada Cougars into the end zone, and they lead at 6-0.
92. They were on the 8.
On the 8. 11 plays, 92 yards.
Like you said, Kenny, no penalties, and that's big. I mean, like I said, you got 4 linemen playing where they haven't played.
Well, that doesn't build some confidence. How about Caden Mitchell splitting the irons off the Stafford hold on the Marr snap? 4:26 to play opening quarter. The Cougars strike first, going cross country, leading at 7-0. This is Cougar football, a presentation of the Chickasaw Nation.
Every occasion, let there be cake. Make that classic cake at 1124 North Broadway in Ada. For birthdays, weddings, and anniversaries, there's cupcakes, wedding cakes, birthday cakes, and cookies. Got a tailgate party coming up? Order your Cougar cookies, cupcakes, thumbprints, or Cougar paw print cookies. Serving Ada since 1997. Follow us on Facebook at Classic Cake of Ada or call 580-310-1000 to order your classic cake today. Let's go, Cougars. Eat more cake.
A cross-country jaunt for the Ada Cougars on their first possession, Trey Kinley. Ada started at their own 8-yard line and go 92 yards in 11 plays, 4 minutes, 55 seconds, attempted 1 pass. It was incomplete. Everything on the ground behind this offensive line that has stepped up big on the first drive.
Yeah, I like the pass, though, Kenny. I was talking about that to you before the game. That deep one makes those safeties and corners, they got to think about it. They can't peek in the backfield.
Another good kick by Mitchell. If it doesn't go out of bounds, and it does. It hit it to 18 and went out of bounds to the 17. He kicked it on the left side. So Hilldale will take over their second possession. Ada on top. You know, Ada struck first last year, if you remember, out at Hilldale, led 7-0. Hilldale will take over after the kick went out of bounds. They will move it to the 35-yard line. My memory.
I don't know what the rule is on that.
I think we've seen it at the 25 and the 30.
I don't know what the rule is.
So Hilldale takes over from the 35. They have trip receivers left, a single to the right, pistol formation for the quarterback Fields, play action to Roland, flush, George chasing, rolling left, throwing, and incomplete. And Maddox planted Dawson Fields, made him pay as he chased him out of the pocket. Good coverage downfield by Ada. Fields had 4 receivers. They loved to get him out of the pocket. And George Maddox that time, credit to that defensive line. They kind of was able to keep the guys blocking them occupied. And George got into the backfield to chase the quarterback and again made a rush throw.
He's been rushed on several of them, Kenny, which is handy.
2nd 10, look at this. They got quad receivers stacked to the boundary side and a single to the right. Look for maybe now they're going to bring Rowland back to the backfield. They have trips right. They hand it to Rowland slanting left.
Oh, Fisher had him in the backfield.
Got away from Fisher. George got him at the 42. Fisher had him. Rowland slipped through, and George got him at the 42 after a gain of 7. Rowland, a pretty good running back. Their leading rusher on the season, 377 yards on 67 totes, 5.6 per carry, just under 95 yards a game, 3 touchdowns. 3rd down, Cougars jump, and it'll be a first down via penalty on the hard snap count. First penalty of the game. They used a hard snap count to get the 8 at a jump, so Hilldale to 47. Their second possession, their first possession, went from their own 35, got as far as the 8 of 39, then had to punt after going backwards to the 41. Ada went 92 yards on the ensuing drive in 11 plays. 1st and 10 from the 47. Fields, play action, ball deflected by Fisher and intercepted! George got the deflection! I think it was Fisher who got his hands up, and George diving to the ground, reeled it in at the 49 and 8 territory. Oh, the opportunistic Cougars. Their 11th Oski of the season. They're marking at the 48. Cougars take over.
Oh, George. Kenny, I went and watched the junior high play last night, and I told George his brother, Grant, had a strip on a kickoff and then caught a 2-point conversion. I told him I didn't know the Maddox kids could catch the ball, and he just proved me. He made me look silly. He caught it.
He did, and it was Fisher Moore, I believe. We'll look at the replay, who got a hand on and the ball deflected it when it left the hand of the quarterback, and George just sprawled out to make that his first interception of the year. The Cougars again 11th as a team. Take over. Boyles.
There it is.
Play action, leading. Going deep, looking for Deontay. He's got it, 10-5, and then dropped the football last minute. Almost had it long enough. Oh, Deontay. That was a hard catch, and I thought he had it. He had Brady Scott beat by a step. Brock Boyles put the post pattern right in the breadbasket, and Deontay had it, and then it just popped out of his hands.
Fisher was the one that got the tip on that, Kenny.
Deontay was trying to pull in his 5th touchdown of the year receiving. And, boy.
I like it, though, because, again, those safeties, you saw what happened. They bit on Keevan coming across and had no help, no safety help. Carlock with the Wildcat.
Running left, crosses the 50, just dragging about 3 Hornets to the 47-yard line. Trey, that's a good gain. Finally brought down Cheston Murray, one of the Hornets on the tackle. Mark it at the 46-yard line. So it's a nice gain from the 48 of Ada territory to the 46 in Hilldale territory. 3rd down and 4. Cougars moving with the win. 2:55 to play in the first quarter, already leading 7-zip. You got Case Stafford.
Here you go. Here's your double sniffer with Carlock.
Yep, you got Carlock. You got Marr and Riddle, the sniffers. Marr in motion. Carlock fakes, going to run behind the block of Fisher. Turns the corner, 41st down, 38-yard line. Well, the Hornets had some numbers out there, but Fisher Marr got out in front, made a great block, and Carlock just outran the 2 that were pursuing him from behind. Then Fisher made the block to spring him, and they get to the 38. And Trey, that's a 8-yard pickup and a first down.
I'll take it.
Coach was showing me this Thursday after our interview that they can do so much out of that double sniffer.
Well, they can give either one of the sniffers the ball, too.
Got 4 receivers, trips to the right, single to the left. Brock hands it to Chauncey, cuts it up inside as the corner was sealed off, and he's back to the line of scrimmage. Good job by Mason Forehand. 6 foot, 225 and a junior. 2nd and 10, no gain for Chauncey.
Really did a good job there getting back to the line of scrimmage. Is that what they call a harvest moon, Kenny?
That is I believe that's it. What beautiful. Full moon. Setting right over the east side of Coyisto. Boyles throwing deep. Got a man, Lindsey, open, and there's should be interference. Looks like they pushed him a little bit. Maybe that's just me, but that the ball was a tad
underthrown.
Yep. Again, Deontay had some numbers out there, had some
Yeah, Kenny, I like the space that our receivers are getting on the defensive backs. Brock's made three throws, 2 of them pretty good. That one was a little bit underthrown.
3rd and 10 from the 38. Cougars quickly to the line of
Probably
scrimmage.
4-down territory.
They got receivers stacked, left and right. Eli Justice in the game, along with Kamari Richardson to the near side. Brock fakes to Ryan, throws it wide to LeKeven and missed
that was
him.
high.
Yep. Try to screen to the right side to LeKeven on just a quick out. Not sure it would have went very far. Play really never looked like it got rolling.
Something looked a little off there.
Ashton Rowell, again, I don't know if we mentioned him, the right tackle.
He had him a pancake late in that play there.
On 4th and 10, it's 4-down territory for Ada, it appears.
They're going to punt it. Nope.
You got Rhines, the tailback, besides Brock. Trip receivers right, Lindsey, single coverage to the left, unless they drop back the safety into double coverage. Brock to the line of scrimmage, going to try to get a read, and Coach Osteen going to use a timeout. Cougars second of the half. $1:57 to play in the first quarter. Ada's second possession, already on top 7-zip. This is Cougar football, tonight's broadcast, a presentation of the Chickasaw Nation.
There's that harvest moon.
Good job, Mason Lee, on the camera.
The moon obviously doesn't know that it's 90 degrees and it's not harvest time just yet.
Yeah, I know what game time temperature and weather conditions, 86 degrees, southeast wind at 11 miles per hour on September 29th.
Kenny, I don't know if we mentioned it in that last series, but we did see Delaware come in at one of those Axon Cats as well.
Cougars trying to harvest a first down here on 4th and 10.
We're going to punt it. I like it. The way the defense is played, let's pin them deep.
All right, so Boyles at his 49. Brock's been good this year. 10 punts, averages 31 a punt. Had a long of 55. It came a week ago. Looking for the coffin corner right. A high angling kick. Hits at the 7. And, they got it at the 1. How about Deontay Lindsey? He got back there behind the football. That is, to perfection. Brock hung it up. Deontay waited on the bounce, and it came right into the breadbasket. 37 yards, no return.
That was great. We hadn't had a safety this year. Hilldale had one last week, so.
And we had one against Hilldale last year that set up a chance to win that game late. So Hilldale starts their 3rd possession at their own 1-yard line.
Spread them out, Kenny. You got two to the near side, 1 to the far.
Pistol formation. They're going to hand it off to Rowland in the backfield and barely got out of the end zone. Looks like J.B. Coyle slithered through. Boy, too many times does he do that?
I've never heard you say that.
Fisher Marr also up there. With his stature, he just gets underneath people so often. So Rowland got a yard to the 2, 2nd down and 9. Chase Bailey, a defensive back, as one of the safeties with Carlock for the Cougars. Coffey, Coyle, and Hayden, left to right across the front line. Lindsey has man coverage out to left to the near side on Parker Ireland, who's got their only pass of the game.
Eli Justice in.
Fields rolling in his own end zone. Going to throw one short and incomplete.
That's a pretty good throw, though, Kenny. He dropped his arm angle down and was able to get it to his receiver. I thought he was throwing it at the ground, but he had a guy there.
Looking for Chase Crowder, 5'8", 230. In the vicinity for the Cougars was Eli Justice out here, Trey. Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd and 9. Hilldale from their own 2.
Yeah, Deontay and Eli both did a good job with the 2 receivers that were over here, and then George and Cord's pursuing in the end zone, and George is coming down the line. It was a great job by both of them.
If the Cougars can force a punt, it's into a little bit of a breeze at 10 to 11 miles per hour. Trip receivers, twins to the right, a single to the left. Fields, play action, Chase in his end zone, throws a quick out pass, again incomplete. Probably wasn't going to go for a first down. And again, tried to hit Crowder again, but again, the pressure. Didn't get a sack, but the QB pressure probably made Fields throw that quicker than he wanted to.
Not only quicker, but he couldn't deliver it with the type of pass that he wanted because George is right there. He had to put some mustard on it instead of leading his receiver a little bit.
Little mustard, huh?
Yep.
They don't relish him back there running from.
Just don't run into the punter. I don't want you to hurt yourself.
Yeah, Schiller's big. in his own end zone. Line drive punt. LeKeven lets it bounce. Takes it off the bounce. 38-yard line. 35, 30. Coming left. Spins away to the 30, inside the 30 to the 28.
We're going to have a hold, I believe.
Carlock, it
We
looks
got
like.
another foul here. I'm not sure who it's going to be. Got two separate flags on the play.
36 yards. 10-yard return.
This is going to make it fun statting, Kenny.
LeKeven.
So you got it to 38.
Yep, Brant got it back to the 28. So a 10-yard return for LeKeven Richardson.
One of these is going to be after the play. I believe we may get dinged for 25 here, depending on who the unsportsmanlike goes on. I think we're going to have a hold at the 20-yard line, which is going to back it up to the 20, back to the 38. But I think the one down on the 14 is going to be a personal foul.
LeKeven 3 returns for 40 yards coming into the game, and Cougars have turned the field position around. So that choice to kick and pin Hilldale deep was big. Got them back to the 1.
Yep.
You just hope.
Well, and if the personal foul's on Hilldale, then we're going to gain a net 5 here.
So mark it from the 28. It looks like Carlock was involved in maybe one of the infractions. Maybe the hold. There's the personal foul. Ada. Personal foul Hilldale. Offset. Leave it right there.
Okay.
So here we go. So with 52 seconds to play, Ada will start at the Hilldale 28-yard line.
Technically, the reason they don't offset, Kenny, is one of them was a dead ball personal foul, I'm pretty sure. We'll see. Not sure what we're doing here. Now they're marking something off against Ada.
28, they mark it back to the 43-yard line. So how can you have offsetting personal fouls and mark it back to the 43? I'm not sure. They did signal it both ways. That's the only little bit of confusing thing, Trey.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
We'll see if we get any explanation down below. Cougars. It's not going to be Hilldale football, is it? Ada defense going back on the field down there. They're going to re-kick it. Yeah, I'm going to say they've decided to re-kick it. That's the case. Offsetting.
I hope.
Play over. Well, Keevan's going deep again,
okay.
And now they're moving the ball back.
So we're just going to click.
We're going to just
cancel.
Erase that play, and I'm going to. You have a cancel. I have something that just scribbles it out on my stat sheet. So, offsetting.
Yeah.
So Schiller.
I still don't think they got it right, Kenny. Because one of them was post play after it was over, which would have been a dead ball, which is not a offsetting. The other one was during the play. So technically, to me, I don't know. It was on the return.
Schiller averages 34.5 a punt. His long's been 40 this year on 4 tries. He's about 9 yards deep in his end zone. LeKeven's at his 35. Here's the Cougars come after him. Schiller awaiting the snap, gets it. Here come the Cougars, and it's a high kick.
Get away.
A bounce at the 27 and goes sideways. The Cougars just gained a yard.
Yeah. So just give us a yard, and we could have avoided all that.
So that will go as a 25-yard punt now. And no return. And the Cougars will take it at the 44-second mark. When I email you these stat sheets for time of possession.
Yeah, let's do that tonight before we leave.
Yeah, good idea. Quit bothering me early on Saturday mornings.
Well, that way I can finish my stats at 2 o'clock tonight.
Well, you got a deal. Cougars set up shop leading 7-0 first quarter, 44 seconds to play, moving south to north at Norrisfield. Boyle's going to take it. That's Chauncey slanting left and not much.
No gain.
Number 69, Chaston Murray, got in there and got him.
What I do like there, Kenny, is Chauncey, the first couple times he danced a little bit. That time he hit his hole. It wasn't there, but no gain. Instead, and just trust it. Trust it.
One thing,
that's going to be the end of the quarter.
One thing I talked about Coach Osteen about setting, plays that sometimes don't go anywhere during the game, but they run them a time or two. Just how it's setting something up later in the game, and the Cougars will be impatient tonight. Lead at 7-0 against Hilldale. 1 quarter in the books. Tonight's broadcast, a presentation of the Chickasaw Nation. Welcome back to Coy Easto Stadium. I'm Kenny Morrison alongside Trey Kinley, Nathan Crowell, our engineer, Mason Lee on camera. Oh, Mick Cowan, we missed that man.
Yep.
But his legacy lives on with our Mick Cowan trivia question.
Yep, so Ada's played Hilldale 3 times. Beat them in 94 and 95 on the way to state championships. The question tonight is, what Ada Cougar lineman had their only career carry of 11 yards against Hilldale in the 1994 win? Text me, 580-495-9099.
I hope that lineman, is he listening?
I hope. He's supposed to be here. We'll see.
I'd like to give it to him. So Cougars now move north to south. They face a 2nd and 10 to Hilldale 27. Brock Boyles out of the pistol, goes to Chauncey up the middle, and not much.
Again, I like it.
69 and 19 on the tackle. That's Murray and Parker. The ball moves to the 27, so no gain. The Cougars face 3rd and 10, but they really ran the football. If you joined us late, the opening drive started their own 8 after forcing a Hilldale punt. Went 11 plays and 92 yards, 5 first downs, everything on the ground.
I already got a winner.
3rd down and 10 to 27. Brock back to pass, looking right, now looking left, steps up in the pocket, just going to have to eat it. Didn't have anything going downfield that we could see. So Brock just secured the football, and officially
it's going to be a sack
go
of
for
1
a
yard.
sack by Mason Forehand. Cougars haven't given up many of those sacks this year.
No, that was a good coverage by Hilldale going down the field.
So it's 4th.
So I got 2 texts at 8:04. Technically, Natalie Hughes got it first. She had a little bit of inside information. Jamie Hart. Brother Skippy played.
Fuller gets it to Boyles on 3rd down, rolling right, throwing for Deontay, and he missed it. Little high, had good coverage out there at the 5-yard line. Deontay Lindsay being covered by Parker Ireland at the 5-yard line, so the Cougars have turned it over on downs.
Brad Odom watching from wherever the UNLV Running Rebels have taken him this weekend as well. He got the answer right, but came in just a little bit after Natalie. That one there, Kenny, was a tough throw. Brock tried to put it right in the breadbasket, but there was good coverage there.
Hilldale takes over, 10:52 mark. At their own 20.
Chauncey in at the we're going to have a hold.
28-yard line.
Take it.
Roland coming right. He's got a 1st down. Trying to wrestle out of bounds.
That should be a flag. We're not going to have one.
Chase Bailey tackled Roland out of bounds. A good sportsmanship. Got up.
Yeah, he didn't mean to at all.
So he got 12 from the 28 to the 40, but it's coming back.
Illegal shift. What that is, for those of you who don't know, there was 2 people in motion. Anytime there's more than one, if you have one guy go in motion, he can stay in motion. If you have 2 move, they both have to become set for a count, or a second is what they call it.
So it moves back to the 23-yard line. 1st and 15. Chauncey Conway was on the field defensively on that last snap. He now exits the game.
Brad says he should win because his text traveled further.
It's a long way.
It's true. I mean, he's got a point.
Jamie Hart.
Yep, Jamie Hart.
Yep.
Go ahead.
1st and 15. 4 receivers deployed. Play action. Quick slant. Incomplete. Threw it behind the intended receiver. Bailey there on the coverage as Fields tried to hit Parker Ireland, who kind of set down about the 29-yard line. Wasn't going to be much of a gain, but the pass again behind him brings up 2nd down and 15.
I got to quit talking and do stats here. I apologize.
Ball still resting at the 28. Again, up front, you've got Cord Coffey, J.B. Coral, Isaiah Hayden, Marin Maddox in the middle, Riddle and Eli Justice, the outside backers. They're both, Eli's out in coverage right now. Got 3 guys against 2 on the right side, rolling and throwing to the right side and out of bounds.
He just has not had time to throw, Kenny.
That was Fisher Moore chasing him down in the backfield. They kind of got some matchups out there. They had 2 Cougars in coverage against 3 receivers on the far side, but the quarterback
just
didn't have time to get his feet set, make an accurate throw.
Back to Jamie. Coach Don Bird coached here for a long time before following Coach McBroom down to Texas. He'll tell you, or he said at the time, would tell you at the time that Jamie Hart was one of the best offensive linemen he ever coached. And he was 5'6".
Yep.
But he had a motor, and he was mean. But a great guy.
He was at our banquet the other night, wasn't he?
No, that's Skippy. That's his little brother.
There's a quick wide receiver screen, and Fisher-Moore ate it up. We got to hold the boot. I think we got Mason forehand on a hold. They ran a screen to Cole Marshall, and he was brought down by Deontay in a hurry. They read that like a good novel, Trey Kinley.
Yeah, Deontay and Fisher Carlock both did a great job getting off blocks, and then Fisher is there as well. Pass interference, or a block in the back, I guess.
The ball went from the 23 to the 24-yard line.
Yep,
got a yard. So the Cougar defense, who has now pitched a shutout for 7 quarters and counting consecutively, forcing a punt by Hilldale. Hilldale won a barn burner in overtime last week against Stillwell, 24-21, where the Cougars were grinding out a win against an improved Salisal team, 7-zip here at Coyisto. Schiller from his 12 takes the snap. Xander ran into it.
Yep, he got a piece of it.
Got a piece of the ball. He knocked Schiller down. And it's going to bounce. Got a good bowl.
Yeah, he did.
It's going to go all the way inside the 8-30 to the 29-yard line. So he got 47 yards and no return. Hey, Xander Ryan just knocked down a 5'9", 275 punter. Now he did in a bad position because he had one leg in the air, but Xander got his hand on the ball. Good thing the official was right there on it.
Yeah, that would definitely have been a roughing the kicker. Yeah. That was a collision.
And Xander might have took the bad end of it.
Great job by Xander, and he gotten close twice down there in the end zone. Looked like he started out a little bit wider there where he didn't have to curve quite as much. And I'm glad he got a piece of it.
Ada takes over at their own 29-yard line. This will be Ada's 4th possession. They've scored on 1 on a 92-yard touchdown drive in 11 plays.
Xander.
Running left, 25.
Jet sweep.
Cuts inside, 33, 32, 33-yard line. Came in motion. And, defenses probably hold their breath when you got the speed of Xander coming on a jet sweep. Parker got him, and Xander got 3 to the 32, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know that we've seen that this year, Kenny. Xander lining up out at the slot position and running the jet sweep.
Fisher-Moore, along with Coffey, set up on the right side. That's the power side for Ada, plus twin receivers that way, and they run that way with Xander. Dancing inside, ran into his own man, and he picked his way to the 34-yard line before he's brought to the ground. Again, Brayson Parker, along with forehand on the tackle. The Cougars in the 34 got 2. 3rd and 5 for Ada from the 34-yard line. Eli Justice in with the play. Cord Coffey and Fisher-Moore check out. Cougars need 5. They need to reach the 39, leading 7-0. We slide under the 9-minute mark of the opening quarter.
The score doesn't reflect, Kenny, how much we've really dominated this game. We just kind of hit a brick wall on 3 drives.
On 3rd down, 3 receivers right. Boyle's going to roll right, try to throw back left, being flushed out of the pocket. And I got a man wide open. Eli dropped it.
A little bit low. Tough catch, but that's one Eli will say he should have caught.
He got to the open spot at the 45-yard line and just did not pull it in, or it's a big first down for Ada. Brock Boyles did everything he needed to do, avoided the rush. He was coming right initially and found his open man. Eli just did not pull it in. So Ada will punt. Brock will stay in the game to do those honors.
What's the fake here, Kenny? I said it real quiet so those coaches over there can't hear me.
Brady Scott at his own 30-yard line. Brock takes the snap. High kick, got a good one.
Yep.
It's going to hit at the 36-yard line, take an Ada bounce inside the 30, now come back upfield. And at the 32, Eli Justice has got it. 39 yards, no return.
I like what we're seeing so far, Kenny. I just would like us to finish off a drive or 2.
Is kind of hanging on to the ability of the defense right now, leading 7-0. Defense has been solid.
Yeah, the defense has played really well. We had the one missed tackle, but other than that, we're good. Chauncey in again at the jack back.
Dawson Field, the sophomore quarterback, in the pistol formation, is rolling behind him. Play action. Tries a wide receiver screen, almost intercepted. Oh, the Cougars just ate that up. Kamari Richardson right there. And the Ada secondary had just been in great position so far tonight. Well scouted, well read. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it doesn't appear they've been surprised by anything yet. Or if they have, they've recovered very well. You also got Case Stafford in at the right cornerback.
2nd down and 10. Ada has jumped offside on the hard snap count.
That one was JB. I didn't see who the one was earlier.
Samuel Jordan's in at the right defensive end position. Isaiah Hayden's going to spell Cord Coffee. So an offsides by Ada moves it to the 37-yard line. Had him 2nd and 10, now 2nd and 5. Second time the Cougars have jumped on that hard snap count. 8:28 to play, quarter 2. Ada leads Hilldale by 7. 4 receivers deployed, 2 left, 2 right. Cougars in that 3-4 defense. Rowland gets it up the middle, and he picks his way nowhere. He is stood up by guess who? George Maddox. Maddox just, you love to see a linebacker like that. Just stays back, watches, eyes upfield, and then, plugs that hole in a hurry. 2-yard pickup.
Yeah, good solid tackle there, too.
39-yard line, Hilldale goes quick. They need to reach the 42 on 3rd and 3, pistol formation. And the Cougars have jumped offside and given them a 1st down. Isaiah Hayden jumped. So the 3rd time the Cougars have moved.
Penalty will result in a 1st down for
moves it to the 44-yard line. Isaiah, a great young man. He was part of the 4 that came into our quarterback club luncheon yesterday, Trey.
Yeah, Deuce is a good kid.
From the 44-yard line, with receivers left and right, twins each way, man in motion.
Should be a false start on the left guard.
And they're going to give that 5 back. Scott came in motion.
Indication is false start against Hilldale.
He raised the rump a little bit early.
It'll make it 1st down, 15.
Makes it 1st and 15 from the 39-yard line.
Caden Ford.
7:43 to play. Parker Ireland goes wide right. The ball's on the left hash mark. They got twin receivers to the boundary side. 3-man front for Ada. Riddle squeezes the line of scrimmage on the left side from that outside linebacker position. Coach Shamley gets the defensive play call in. Back to pass Fields. Throws right. Ball deflected. Almost intercepted. Carlock was waiting in the wings. If that ball was a little bit lower on that out pass, it was 6.
Yep.
As Colton got there and knocked it away. The ball floated a little bit, and Colton Carlock licking his chops. Of course, Colton had the big interception return for a touchdown in the first half against McAllister 3 weeks ago in this stadium.
For all you fans that get mad at your team for not doing anything with 5 minutes left in the half, there's your reason why.
5 seconds?
Yeah, 5 seconds.
2nd down and 15 from the 39 for Hilldale. From the pistol formation again, the sophomore quarterback Fields going to throw it again. Rolling right. Coffee trying to get there. Fields turns it back up inside and dances his way for about 5 to the 49-yard line before he's brought down. Fisher Moore out there.
He's tackled by number
Also,
19, George
Maddox, Coffee.
Gain on the play, he'll leave it with 3rd down.
So he got 5.
Correction, make it 5.
They got to the 44-yard line. So the Cougars trying to get off the field from the 49. 3rd down and 5. Hilldale in their own territory again from the pistol. Quick snap. They tried the hard snap. That time the Cougars did not jump. Play clock down to 10. Fields looks to the sideline. Stays, awaits the snap. Takes it. Going to roll right. Wants to throw. J.B. Coyle gets through. J.B. Coyle's got him. He gets hammered. And the ball's almost intercepted by Lindsey. J.B. Coyle and Brennan Riddle put the hammer on Dawson Fields, put him on the turf at Coy Easto Stadium down below. Punt time for Hilldale.
Good job there by J.B. getting through and staying on it. I tell you what, they still don't have a sack, but the QB hurries are piling up.
Almost as good as a sack when you make them.
Kenny, if they snap it to him and he just takes off running, I got to figure he's going to fall forward.
Schiller takes the snap. Almost getting in there was
McGilbray.
Good kick. Richardson gets away from it. It bounces down close to the 10. Going to mark it down at the 11-yard line. 45 yards, no return.
It'll be first and 10 for the Ada Cougars.
So it's a punting game right now. And Ada takes over, leading 7-0. Ada looked promising on their first offensive drive of the game. Driving
really the first two. They got down in plus territory that second drive as well.
Maybe they can. They're starting similarly where they started that first drive.
Yeah.
So maybe they have another cross-country drive here. From the 11-yard line, Boyle's going to hand it off. Up inside, I don't know if that's Xander or Chauncey.
It's Chauncey.
Crosses the 10 to the 12. But the Cougars have got a yard. What the Cougars are doing here is Xander taking a lot of snaps on defense. So when they get the ball back, Chauncey usually out there for the first few snaps anyway, offensively. Second down and 9. Again, that Cougar up front. Kel Fuller, the center this week, probably going to be there the rest of the season. Sun Eagle, the right guard. Ashton Rowell, the right tackle. Riddle, the sniffer back in motion, sets up left. Chauncey running left. 10 to the corner. 15, ducks and lunges to the 18-yard line. Brady Scott got him out of bounds, but a nice pickup.
By number 7, that's Brady Scott.
He got 6 going left. Cougars trying to get their running backs out in space.
Yeah, I like that idea.
And you got to have good blocking up front so there's no penetration. The Cougars did sustain their blocks long enough to get their running backs to the edges there. So now another big play, 3rd down and 3. See if the Cougars can keep this drive going.
A long 3.
Start at their own 11. They're up to the 18. Out of the gun, Boyle sends Marr in motion. Jet sweep for Fisher coming right. Going to turn the corner. Dan. First down, 25, 30-yard line. Fisher, Marr out in front with Xander Ryan. Is that right? Kind of leading the way. Kel Fuller out there pulling. But Fisher Marr got his shoulder pads turn north and south. And Trey got a dozen to the 30, and the Cougars convert 1st and 10.
You don't see too many centers pulling, Kenny.
Kel did it in a hurry. Got the ball snapped, and he's a very intelligent young man. Can play several positions down there, learns them quick. From the 30, 1st and 10, man in motion is Richardson. They hand it off to Rhines going back left, and good read defensively by good linebacker is Brayson Parker. He may be their best defensive player. He's the linebacker Parker. Ryan's got a yard. They brought motion to the right, ran Ryan's back to the left, trying to
set something up there, Kenny. I imagine that's not the last time we're going to see it.
Got a counter back the other way. 2nd and 9. Fuller up over the football.
Carlock's in this Wildcat.
He's at his 25-yard line, waiting to snap. Got Rhines beside him. Fakes the handoff.
Deuce pulling.
Coming right.
There's
30,
the hole.
35. But 40, just stays behind his tackler. Schiller's got him, and Carlock to the 47 just won't go down. You look at Carlock and you say, yeah, he's a good, strong young man, but no, he's a strong young man. Let me emphasize that. He really can make it happen. Good blocking out front, and then Carlock does again another one of those running backs that does the job of just reading and waiting patiently. Got to the 46 for 15.
Deuce a little bit slow to get up there, which makes me nervous.
Colton, the leading rusher for the Cougars, 25 rushes, 238 yards coming in, 9.5 per tote with a touchdown. But he stays in the game in the Wildcat. Marr in motion, bobble to snap. Carlock tried to turn it inside. Now comes back right, dancing in the backfield, and this time will go nowhere. We're going to have a hold against Ada.
He's not down yet, Kenny.
Still going. Well, he just won't go down. but a hold more than likely.
He's finally brought down by number 51, Mason Forehand. Now there's a flag.
Forehand got him. That play just, after the bobbled snap, just didn't go anywhere. Let's see if Hilldale makes it 2nd and 12 or 13, or they take the penalty. The play started at the 46-yard line.
2nd and 16. Or 1st and 20.
Yeah, they mark him back all the way at the 40 because he wouldn't go down. And they're going to decline it.
Decline it?
Yep. Really good call. There's the mark it back at the 40, a 6-yard loss by Colton. So the Cougars behind the chains on 2nd and 16. Going to bring Brock Boyles back in the game at quarterback. Chauncey Conway will be in the pistol formation right behind Brock. Deontay Lindsay to the boundary side of the right side. Gets man-to-man coverage against Cole Marshall. The safety, Blake Johnson, sneaks over that way. Got twin receivers left. Marr in motion, sets up, strong left. Boyle slaps his hands it to Conway. Out to the edge, now turns inside. Underwood out there trying to create a block. Stayed with it, but just not much space. A yard loss for Chauncey running left.
Conway on the carry, tackle by Mason Forehand, along with number 75, Cash Schiller.
That time,
short play.
the Hornets kind of strung that out pretty good. Forehand and Schiller on the tackle. So the Cougars now behind the chains from their own 39 with 3:27 to play in the second quarter.
I'd like to see a reverse off of one of those wide plays because they're pursuing pretty good on the edge.
They need to reach the Hilldale 44. Brock rolling right. Going to throw deep downfield for LaKeven Richardson, and it's just over his outstretched arm to a little out pattern at the 20. So the Cougar passing game has had some shots, has not been effective as far as completions yet. Brock came in 24 of 50, 382 yards, 6 TDs, 4 interceptions. And the Cougars got out of the shadow of their own end zone from their own 11, reached the 46 with a couple of first downs, but now we'll have to punt again. They've turned it over on downs and had 1, 2, now their third punt. Brock, a good deep driving kick, going to be caught at the 25 by Brady Scott, hemmed in, nowhere to go. Oh, the Cougars in great coverage. Is that McGilbray?
Fisher got him initially, and then I think it was Brennan and McGilbray.
Fisher Marr along with Braden McGilbray.
They caught it at the 25-yard line. 36 yards. -1 on the return. So Hilldale with another possession, a high possession first half. One score, Ada leads 7-0. Hilldale starts 1st and 10, and a bad snap, and J.B. Coole's going to eat up Dawson Fields back at the 21-yard line.
Brennan got him initially, was able to get away from him, and then George and Mighty Mike got him.
Line of scrimmage started at the 24.
Was that a bad snap, Kenny?
A little bad snap, yep. Kind of dispelled doom. Your bad snap, this way this Adolph defensive line gets in the backfield, you're usually in some trouble. 2nd and 13. Hilldale get 4 receivers deployed here, Trey. And Field steps up, throws right. This is caught on an out pattern at the 30-yard line. They keep throwing it. Ty Wilson hauled it in for 9. Richardson over there in coverage. Just a quick out. They're actually going to mark it to the 31 and give him 10. So 3rd and 3 from the 31. Hilldale quickly to the line of scrimmage. Cougars have Brennan Riddle coming to the right side. Fields in the pistol formation, has Roland, their leading rusher, behind him. Again, 4 receivers deployed. Fields going to throw again, being chased, flush left, out of the pocket. Going to have to make a tough play and get it pit out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Eli Justice got him and got him short of the first down, it appears, by about a half yard.
I don't know.
Thought they marked it to 33, but maybe not. It's close. If chains are on the east side of the field, the play was coming west as the quarterback kept it.
Official timeout on the field.
So they're going to measure it. Cougar football brought to you in part by Ada Nissan, Great Plains Kubota, Wild Roads Place, Hilltop Dodge, First United Bank, T&W Tire, Classic Cake, Landrum ENT, just part of our sponsorship package of Ada Cougar football. On the road next week at Medill for a 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll run down some 4A4 district scores for you at halftime. They bring the chains all the way across the field. They will stretch them out and see if it's going to be 4th and short or 1st and 10.
Kenny, we're gonna do a little new feature here. Go ahead and cut to that.
It's going to be a 1st down to 34. They gave him a good mark.
You can see the spot here, Kenny.
1st down for Hilldale.
He definitely got a good spot because he's out there at the 33. See what I'm talking about?
Yep. 33.
Eli does a good job. I don't think he made the 34.
33, 33 and a half, it looked like.
New feature. Instant sideline replay.
Some more Ada Nissan replays. We appreciate that. Trey Kinley put that together. Does a great job.
We got cords going everywhere, but by golly, we can do a replay.
We finally get out here about 2 in the morning after wrapping up Trey's cords, but I'm telling you,
yeah,
he's the best in the state. Brings you some great action here.
I don't know if I go that far.
34-yard line. Shotgun. Fields going to run left. Chased out of the pocket. Threw it away. Chauncey Conway and Delaware had a beat on the quarterback. They've attempted a lot of passes here in the first half, Trey. They have.
Yeah, he's 3 of 15 for 28 yards.
You know, the Cougar defense came in defensively allowing only 59 pass yards per game, 59.3. As opponents just do not complete a high percentage against Ada. In fact, their opponents were 22 of 63 coming in. This time they run it to Rowland, slanting right. Chase to the edge. He's not going to get around George.
George and JB.
Defense was disciplined as they tried to pop Rowland on a 2nd and long, and he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it.
On the play, the 3rd down, 10.
3rd and 10 with $1:37 to play till halftime. Ada will get the ball to start the second half. They won the coin toss for the 5th time in 5 tries this year. Again, they're in the pistol with 4 receivers. Trips to the left side. Man in motion is Scott across the formation. And Fields
might as well try to draw us off.
He tried the hard snap
certainly
count.
Worked several times.
Now takes the snap. 2-step drop. Going to throw deep, nobody open. Now it's hit as he throws it, flutters up in the air, and it's caught. Ty Wilson got it down the sideline, 35-30, and inside the 25 to the 22. Well, that was a bit unfortunate for Ada. They had good coverage, and Fields got walloped as he threw, but the wide receiver, Wilson, credited him. He came down with a 44-yard pickup.
Yeah, it looked like Kamari was in position to knock it down. Good concentration by the Ty Wilson to see it all the way into his hands.
Again, Fields was hit. I'm surprised that ball kind of got out there. Inside a minute, Cougar defense now challenged, leading 7-0. Hilldale moving south to north at the 8 to 22-yard line. Fields going to roll right, looking, throws it out, and it's incomplete. Carlock in coverage. He tried to hit Parker Ireland at the 17-yard line, incomplete.
They are in field goal range, Kenny.
Yep.
Good time to bring him up. I believe by the scores that I watched last week, he had 3 field goals and they had a safety. So they scored 11 points in a real strange way.
He's 7 of 10 field goals. That's a high number in the high school, 4 games in. 51 yards. He put one through earlier this year. 38 seconds to play. 22-yard line for Hilldale. Ada territory. Cougars on top by 7. Again from the pistol. Roland coming left, throws toward the end zone, and it's incomplete. Threw it well over and behind. In coverage, Deontay Lindsay trying to hit Brady Scott. Again, they love to get their quarterback. I said Roland Dawson Fields. Roland's the running back. Dawson Fields, the quarterback, out of the pocket.
Case Stafford in at that left cornerback now.
So it's probably not 4-down territory with 31 seconds to play.
Probably. I mean, it's a 39-yarder where he's at now. Maybe a 40 if you do an 8-yard snap.
They've got 1 first down on this drive, or 2, and one of them came on that big pass play of 44 yards. Cougar faithful making some noise down below. 3rd and 10. Fields rolling right. Marr in pursuit. Fields' pass is caught again by Wilson, and he was inbounds. Short of the first down, though. He threaded the needle at the 13. He got 9. He needed 10.
Now it may be fourth down territory, or 4-down territory.
Fourth down from the 13-yard line. Fuller and McGilvray come in. Chase Bailey checks out. 24 seconds to play. They will go for it on 4th and 1. They've got all 3 timeouts in their hip pocket. Power formation, three running backs back there, and the Cougars almost jumped.
Timeout.
And, here they're going to use a timeout. They tried to get the Cougars to jump. Had a power formation, jumbo set in the backfield. We'll keep it right here. Hornets have moved to the 8-13 from their own 24. A couple of first downs. Ada leads 7-0. Late first half.
Hey, Kenny, we got another view here. I know I'm critical of the officials, but watch this. I believe he makes the right call. Looks like he drags his left foot on the catch. See what I'm talking about?
Yeah, pass was right where it needed to be. Good coverage out there by the Cougars. It was Case Stafford in coverage.
Yep.
Got that 1 foot in.
Yep, I think it's a good call.
Good wide receiver, number 5, Ty Wilson.
Now we have the ability for everybody to hear everything I complain about on my replays.
Now they're going to try the field goal. 30-yarder by Schiller. So they're
Surely you watch the fake here too, Kenny, don't you?
Yeah, I think they kick it. He's such a 7 of 10 on the year.
Ada's going to call a timeout.
Trying to get on the board. Ada's defense
Final timeout.
has almost 8 consecutive quarters of shutout football. Schiller will try to end that.
We're going to ice him. We're going to ice the ice box.
Chill Schiller.
Yeah.
Their names are Jeremy Washington.
We're going to put him in the Schiller.
If you are these two boys,
Similar game as a week ago.
No turnovers, but we're struggling on 3rd and 4th down. I mean, right now I have us 4 of 8 on 3rd down and 0 for 1 on 4th. So now they're 5 of 10. I haven't been disappointed in how we've looked offensively at all. It's just, other than that first drive, haven't been able to string back-to-back plays. And, you know, Brock doesn't have a completion, but that's misleading because he's thrown the ball pretty well. I mean, 4 of those, I think, were really good throws. We've had a couple drops, a couple tough catches that turned into drops. But I like what we're seeing offensively. You just got to string some plays together.
So Schiller from the right hash. A 30-yard attempt. Ada crowd on their feet. 7-zip Ada. Snap back in good order. Schiller's field goal is up. It's long enough, and it
No
is
good.
no good. He missed it. Well, he had plenty of leg. The shutout stays intact for the Ada Cougars. They had one hit the upright a week ago. This one is no good, and you can see why he hit a 51-yarder earlier this year. That would have been good from 50.
Yeah, I don't know that it's come down yet. We just know it went wide right.
So Ada has held, and now with 20 seconds to play, I bet Ada will be satisfied with a 7-zip lead. With only 1 timeout.
We don't have any, Kenny.
We out?
Well, yeah, we took 2. One early for a substitution infraction, and then had another one, and then that one just then to
Ada has a touchdown.
Schiller.
A touchdown, 3 punts, and a turnover on downs here in the first half. So Ada will come out, probably sit on it, and go to the locker room with a 7-0 lead because they get the ball to start the second half. With 20 seconds to play.
Well, you wonder, though, you know, in a victory formation, you take a snap under center. Has Fuller worked on that at all?
Cougars may have jumped, and they did. They're going to hand it to Ryan, so a legal motion against Ada.
On the play indication is false start against the Cougars.
False start.
Yards, will take them back.
You know, the Cougars had a few penalties. They didn't have any other opening drive, and then went 11 plays, 92 yards.
I think that's the first offensive penalty, though, Kenny.
We'll recap that drive for you.
I don't remember any more of those.
have some Ada Nissan replays at halftime. Look at the 4A4 district scoreboard, maybe some other local scores as well.
5 penalties for 35 yards, so that means no big ones. Of course, I didn't put the offsettings in. I guess technically that goes in there. But
a couple of those penalties were jumping defensively.
We went early again there.
Ryan's up the middle, picks his way behind some good blocking to the 22-yard line. He got 7, maybe 8.
Number 19,
Grayson Parker got him. That'll be the last play of the first half. So Ada's defense continues the shutout streak. 8 consecutive quarters. They lead Hilldale 7-0. Your first half stats, your Ada Nissan replay, and much, much more coming away. This is Cougar Football, a presentation of the Chickasaw Nation. Welcome back to Coy-Easto Stadium. You see some young Cougars performing down below. We'll keep the camera on them as we go to our halftime. Similar game, a hard-fought game we had a week ago. Ada leads 7-0 at halftime. The defense has been phenomenal. The offense was really good on their first drive. 11 plays, 92 yards, and didn't score again, but right now enough to lead this game 7-0 at halftime. Got a late missed field goal by Mr. Schiller for Hilldale, and the Cougar defense extends their shutout streak to 8 consecutive quarters, and trying to pitch a shutout against a really good Hilldale team. Trey, go to Ada Nissan highlights in just a moment, but gotta like again what the defense has done, and with 3 offensive linemen out, if we get the stats in a moment, the line's they've held their own.
Yeah, we'll get into it a little bit better, but just sitting here looking at them, the yards per play is great. And again, if you throw in 2 or 3 of those passes, this is a totally different game, and none of them were that far off. So, again, I'm not disappointed at all. And this defense is going to keep us in almost every game.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah, they really are. Cougars won the toss, deferred. Hilldale got the football. They drove down as far as the Ada 39-yard line. The drive stalled. They punted. A 33-yard punt put Ada's first possession starting at their own 8-yard line. Brock Boyles, the signal caller, gave it to Xander Rhines for 6. And then after an incomplete pass, Cougars faced a third down from their 14-yard line, faced a 3rd down and 4. And Chauncey Conway, who did not play the last few weeks since week 1, back in the lineup, playing tailback, and had his longest run of the season on 3rd down to start this drive. Receivers right. Hands it to Conway. He's got a lot of room. 15 left side. Cuts inside 20, 25, 30. Secondary, 3rd level, 39-yard line. Chauncey got the corner. Oh. Chauncey gave the first down signal. They had to feel good for Chauncey after hurting that hamstring in the opener.
He's been itching to play because, hamstring doesn't hurt when you're just walking around with the slight, the sprain like he had. So he feels fine. You just got to be careful and not push it. And 4 weeks later, he's back.
Replay brought to you by Ada Nissan. Chauncey got the call on the next play, went backwards 2 yards, but then his teammate Xander Rhines got in the action on his second carry of the day on 2nd down and 12 on the same drive.
Who's leading the way?
Yep, Sunday
here
with
they
the
come.
right guard.
Same play there.
Yep, they pull, and here's Xander up inside 50, 45, 40, 35, foot race, 30, 25, tackled at the 25 of Hilldale. If you go back and slow that down, we might later on, but you saw the left side of that line just really at the point of attack gave Xander the ability to get to the 2nd level, and then he got to the 2nd level. It turned into a nice gain from his own 37 to the 25-yard line. So it was a 38-yard journey by Xander. So the Cougars had it at the 25-yard line, and they would go to another 3rd down, but get a Colton Carlock tough run down to the 15 for a first down on 3rd down. Eventually, we get down to the 1-yard line on a run by Fisher Marr, and on 2nd and goal from the 1, Fisher got his number called one more time. Takes the snap, going to run left. Oh, he's untouched. The left side just blew him open. Underwood and company on that left side.
Fisher dancing a little jig there.
He is. A little fish with a jig.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's terrible.
Fisher's fourth.
Is your head okay?
Fisher's fourth touchdown of the year. Came in 8 rushes, 39 yards. Found the end zone for the Cougars. Extra point by Caden Mitchell off the snap of Morrow. The hold by Stafford. And Mitchell now 14 of 18 on extra points. Split the irons. 7-zip Ada. 4:26 mark of the first quarter. Ada would hold on the next possession. As Hilldale got their second possession at their own 35-yard line. They got a first down at the Ada 47, and then the M&M brothers combined for a big play on the next pass attempt by Dawson Fields. 10 from the 47. Fields play action, ball deflected by Fisher and intercepted! George got the deflection! So Mara get the pressure, got the deflection of the pass by Dawson Fields. George Maddox, the diving interception, the 11th interception by the Cougars secondary here in the 5th game of the season. As the Cougars didn't turn it over in the first half, they forced one. Ada couldn't do anything with the drive. They ended up having to punt, and really
that's the rest of the half.
That was the rest of the half. Cougars had one turnover on downs. The rest of the possessions by both clubs were punts or the missed field goal there late. By Schiller. It went wide right. Would have been good from 50. He got a huge leg, but it went wide right. And the shutout intact. 8-7. Hilldale Zip. We'll take a break, come back on the other side, have your stats, and carry a little of the Ada Band live, as will be the next performance on the field. This is Cougar Football, tonight's broadcast, a presentation of the Chickasaw Nation.
Welcome back to Coisto Stadium. Trey Kinley along with Kenny Morrison, who's got a mouthful of peanuts.
Sorry.
Nathan Crowell.
M&M's were calling my name at halftime.
Yeah.
M&M boys.
Jump straight into the stats. Hilldale had 6 first downs, 13 carries for 36 yards, a little less than 3. Had 4 of 18 passing for 72 yards, 18 yards a pass, but there was 50 on that one. 2 penalties for 10 yards, or no touchdowns, 1 interception, 2 penalties, 10 yards. 5 of 10 on third down, 0 for 0 on fourth down. Ada had 8 first downs, 25 carries for 146 yards, Kenny. Just under 6 yards a carry again. Yeah. 0 for 7 passing, 5 penalties for 35 yards, 4 of 8 on third, 0 for 1 on fourth. Individually for Hilldale, Dawson Fields, 8 carries for 19 yards, Brady Scott, 1 for 9, and Gage Rowland, 4 for 8. Passing, Dawson Fields, 4 of 18 for 72. No touchdowns, 1 interception. Receiving, Ty Wilson, 2 for 54. Parker Ireland, 1 for 17. And Cole Marshall, 1 for 1. For Ada, rushing, Xander, 7 carries for 63 yards. That's 9 yards a pop. Chauncey, 8 for 29, just under 4. Colton, 5 for 28, just over 5. Fisher, 3 for 17. Keeve had 1 for 10, and then Brock had the 1 sack. Brock 0 for 7, so no receptions. So passing yards aren't there, but the rushing yards is, right on what we were doing last week.
They came in averaging 5.5 per carry on the season, and they're again right at that again here in the first half. Hey, I want to put a plug in for the 1973 class reunion at Waldale Vineyards. 50th class reunion, October 28th, coming up next month. As Debbie Waldale.
Are they old enough to drink at that vineyard?
Tonight, the Cougar Band performed their
I have a comment about that, but I'm going to hold it.
Okay.
One night at Lake Wintersmith.
No, it's a joke. They're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be David McPhee, Gary Rollins, Mark Landreth, Henry Briggs, Terry T. Jordan. There's lots. Drake Daniels, David Fisher, recent Hall of Fame kicker Steve Lemus, or just a few classmates.
Lemus.
Thank
you.
Steve Lemus. They're going to be there. Many alums.
Steve Lemus owns probably the best plot for building a house. He built a foundation, I'm going to say 25 years ago, and then they moved to Alaska, and it's beautiful. Right there on the corner of 18th and County Road.
Yeah.
Across from the old Wyatt House.
Paula Cady, recipient of the ECU Alumni Award, founder, pioneer, and much the reason for Ada's exemplary aviation program. I go on and on. Lots of names, folks going to be there. Again, the weekend of October 28th. So just look it up. It'll be on Facebook. It'll be on all your social media. They're advertising it well. The 50th class reunion.
So class of 74?
73.
73.
Yep, 73. You see the Ada band down below. We're going to carry them here for just a few minutes. We also got a birthday, I believe, from one of the band members. We got a call today. Addison Perez, 17 years old today. Happy birthday, Addison. Lots of relatives watching and listening, I believe, at halftime and throughout the game. So, Addison Perez, have a wonderful birthday. And for a few minutes here, let's take a listen to the Ada Cougar Marching Band. There's your sampling of the Ada Cougar Marching Band doing a great job performing at halftime. They do week in and week out. It'll be streamed live at k80aradio.net, on your radio at 99.3. Our fifth week of Ada Cougar football. Cougars 4-0 on the season, lead Hilldale in a pivotal game in district play tonight. 7-0 at halftime. We'll take a timeout, come back on the other side, and get set for our second half. This is Cougar Football, tonight's broadcast, a presentation of the Chickasaw Nation. Ada band still performing down below. Hope you've enjoyed part of their performance here at halftime. 7-zip Ada scored early. Pardon me. To lead at 7-0 and a touchdown run by Fisher Moore as we try to get to 5-0 on the season. Ada number 6 in Class 4A. Hilldale receiving votes just outside the top 10. And 4A4 district well represented with Ada and Poto and Hilldale. And
Weatherford cooking tonight, Kenny. Salisaw, no surprise, beating Stillwell. That's kind of figured that was coming. Clinton and Elk City, big Western matchup there. Clinton winning 14-7 in the fourth quarter. Poto all over Medill. Tuttle taking care of Hera. Tecumseh over Classen. Bethany over Bridge Creek. A close one, Blanchard Newcastle. That's number 3 and number 5. Blanchard on the road winning 14-10. Wagner 17-0 over Oologah. Cushing 35-6. 8-7-0. Port Gibson and Broken Bow, a lot closer than it was last year, which is what I kind of figured would happen. Cleveland over Skytook. McLean over Miami. And Chickasha beating John Marshall. I assume that was last night.
Yep.
So there's your Squirtle update.
Yeah, did you give the I missed it, the Wagner's up, but only 17-0 in the fourth quarter against Oologah, number 1 team in Class 4A.
They're going to be tough to beat, I think. Wagner is.
Yeah,
but I thought the same thing last year about Cushing, and Wagner said, hold my drink.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Took care of business. 3 minutes to the start of the second half. Ada on top, 7-zip. And we have the junior high, the 7th, 8th, and 9th grade all played at home, Trey, yesterday. And appreciate Cody Knoll. He does a great job getting us some information on these games to talk about. As you was out there too, weren't you, Trey, watching some of those?
Yeah, I was out there for the 7th grade game. They played hard, and 8th grade did too. Both came back. Kenny, there was a dude for Tecumseh. I promise you he was 6'4". they're just bigger. It'll catch up. So nothing to hang your head on. They're battling. Saw some really good things. I was unable to stay for the freshman game, but they did win. The freshmen played a true freshman game for the first time this year. So it's encouraging. And then I was out there Tuesday night watching Pee Wee football. Same thing. It's encouraging. The 3rd and 4th grade won, but the 5th and 6th grade got beat for the first time this year. Very similar to the Ada game last Friday night. I think they were the better team. Fumbled 5 times. And you just can't overcome that. So I think the future's bright for Ada football. I don't – even back when, I was here in the 90s, we weren't very successful in 7th grade. Got a little bit better in 8th grade. Got a little bit better in 9th grade. And then in high school, they were awesome. So just trust the process. There's a moment in life where boys become young men, and it makes a difference on the football field.
Really does. And this something I was going to say. My train of thought went to left field. Friend of mine texted.
You may loosen that for you?
Yeah, loosen this bandage on my head. Friend of mine, Ricky Scott, texted me. He's been to a game this year, and with some smiley faces, said, "You didn't mention my name. Ricky, you'll be here for the 50th as well. I didn't want to mention how old you were. That's why I didn't mention your name. I was trying to save you some face there."
Ricky, he's got a big sign up here says how old you are. He just doesn't. It's just not showing on the broadcast.
Ada will have the ball to start the second half, Trey. What do we try to establish early? Looks like, the run game, again, we average over 5.5 per carry. Now, padded that average a little bit on the 2 nice runs by Conway and Xander Rhines. Hilldale did a better job of stopping that. We're going to have to hit some pass plays downfield and complete some of those in the second half, you think, to hang on to this game?
Yeah, one thing that concerns me, Kenny, is we got a lot of kids in the trenches going both ways. Mm-hmm. So we gotta put some points on the board. I'm afraid not afraid, but I don't want us to get tired defensively. I like what I've seen. I think we can throw the deep ball. It looks like they have made some adjustments, maybe playing a little bit more off the line of scrimmage to keep us from getting behind them. But if they do that, the hitches are open. The little flares are open.
Yep.
And on those, it's just a timing thing, good snap, good receive of the snap by the quarterback, and then get it out quick.
Cougars, again, if you joined us late, got several out tonight. Karan Richardson not available tonight. Dawson Matthews not available. Makir Sanusi more than likely out for the season. Will Johnson a late scratch tonight. And then J.D. Dugan hadn't played and will not play the rest of the year. So, you get a little thin.
Yeah.
And some of those guys now they hope to get back sooner than later, but a couple will not. So, but credit to the guys who have played. Again, they've gone out and they were ready, and that's really preached in this program. Next guy up, be ready. You never know. You're one snap away.
Do want to give a shout-out to Will right quick. I know he's at home listening. Don't know if he was in the pregame, but get well soon, man. Miss seeing 54 out there causing problems.
Deontay Lindsay, Lakeven Richardson deep for Ada. The up man will be George Maddox and Colton Carlock. Cash Schiller will put it on the tee from the 40. And when he puts it on the tee, there's usually no pooch kick. This is the first kickoff for Hilldale. He usually kicks it deep. This could go through the end zone with that little bit of a south wind behind him.
It's a deep one because he took a short step.
There's a high kick. Hauled in at the 6-yard line. Richardson coming left hash, 20. Outside the boundary, 25. Speed, 35, 40. Bounce sideline, 48-yard line. Schiller, the kicker, set on him.
Is that
at the 48?
At the 26? Or no, it's a shoe.
Got it from the 6, returned it to the 48. How about Lakeven up? He just stayed outside the boundary left side for a 42-yard return tray, and the Cougars have great field position to start the second half.
Got away with a little bit of a block in the back there about the 20. That's why I was afraid on that flag. But I see no yellow on the field, so we're good to go.
Kel Fuller.
I remember when they told me he could kick it deep, I said, good.
Got some speed back there. We'll set the line in the offense in a minute. Here's Xander running right, speed to the corner. Now hemmed in, cuts it back up inside, dances to the 45 in Hilldale territory. Well, they strung him out, but you couldn't get him to the ground. He got 7 as he cut it back up. The big guy, Schiller, who just kicked off, got out there, but that was just a great job of picking his way.
Yeah, that was a very patient run for Xander. Normally, he's hit the hole. And I like what he did there. He got his, 7 yards and dove forward and got probably another yard and called it good.
Ashton Rao, the right tackle. Caleb Suneagle, the right guard. Fuller, the center. Hayden, the left guard. Isaiah Underwood, the left tackle. Boyle's going to throw an out pattern and coming back and catching it in losing yardage was Lakiva. He slid to the ground.
Case Stafford.
Yep, it was 5. I saw 8 standing out there. You're right, Case had it in his hands. Slipped to the turf back at the 48-yard line. A loss of 3.
I'd like to see that the receiver a little bit closer to the throw, where it's not such a long throw, because you're wanting to get it off quick.
Kind of an inside screen. The receiver coming back toward the quarterback, and so 3rd down. They need to reach the 42. 3rd and 6. Boyles from the gun. Fakes to Rhines. Play action. Throws over the middle for Richardson and missed him. Tried to get it a little slant. So the Ada passing game a bit off the mark in this one tonight. So a promising first down play, but then 2 plays that didn't go anywhere, and a punt for Ada coming up. Brock Boyles will put his foot in it. He had a 37-yarder, a 39-yarder, and a 36-yarder so far. He's at his 40-yard line. Takes the snap, got a rush, but he rugbies it right. Another high kick, good one.
Good bounce.
Yep, going to go inside the 10-yard line and pin Hilldale at the 9. So did get a good bounce. 39 yards and no return. Brock's been very consistent in this game, and that's 2 of them inside the 10, Trey.
Yeah, that good job flipping the field. Get Hilldale back where maybe they're a little bit uncomfortable. Football's a game of adjustments. It's 2 games. You got game 1 adjustments, game 2. So we'll see what type of adjustments they make on the offensive side and what Coach Shamley, how he counters it on the defensive side.
David Blevins, the head coach for the Hilldale Hornets. The quarterback is Field, and Fisher Marr has the running back at about the 10-yard line. Looked like he had a crease, and Fisher he shut down that gap in a hurry. Rowland carried it, and Coyle and Marr said, nope, looked good for a moment, but they closed it in a hurry. 2nd and 9 from the 10. Cougars up front from left to right. Cord Coffey, left defensive end. J.B. Coyle, the nose. Isaiah Hayden, the right defensive end. Marr and Maddox in the middle. Riddle and Rhines, the backers on the outside. We'll set the secondary on in a moment. 2nd and 9. 4 receivers deployed again. Field back to pass inside his 5. Going to be flushed out of the pocket and drugged down at the 12. J.B. Coyle got off his man, and again, that eye discipline saw the quarterback keep it. Going to mark it up at the 13. He got 3 on the quarterback run. I don't think it was a designed run. I just think his short pass wasn't there.
He had an open guy out here left, but he hesitated, and then I wish he would have gone ahead and thrown it because I think it would have been jumped.
3rd and 6. Cougars trying to keep the field turned and get off the field on 3rd down. Chauncey Conway into the linebacker position, showing some blitz from the right side. They've spread the field.
Hammer Fisher 1 comes.
With 4 receivers, Field's going to roll to the wide side of the right side. Throw to the sideline, comeback pattern, caught at the 30 to Parker Ireland. So he rolled right. Ireland kind of drove the defender off and came back to the football. Got 17 yards and a first down for Hilldale.
Good coverage over there, Kenny. Just good throw and good catch.
Mark it officially at the 29, a gain of 16.
They did not give him forward progress.
Nope. So Hilldale quickly breaks the huddle. Again, they've not giving up on the run game, but they're trying to loosen 8 up by throwing the football regularly. Man in motion is Scott across the formation from left to right, rolling up inside, tripped up, and as he was blocked, I think it was J.B. Coyle maybe.
I don't know if he got a hand on him or the jump cut sideways made him lose his feet.
Coyle was battling Pearson Bennett. Got 2 to the 31, second down and 8.
Who was it? Pearson Bennett?
Pearson Bennett.
It's his first carry, isn't it?
No, it was Rowland, but it was Bennett that the
gotcha.
center that JB was working around.
I'm watching a different game. Just leave me alone.
Second down and 8, different world for Trey Kinley. Rolled in his fields. Ryan's pressures, ball almost intercepted.
It was almost intercepted twice by 10, then 11.
Yeah, Kamari and Fisher both had a beat on it, and Xander came on the linebacker blitz, Trey, and again, Coach Shamley drew up a blitz, and uncontested Xander Rhines was putting a beat on the quarterback.
Fields is probably going to have an ice bath in the morning. He's taken some hits, even though that none of them have counted. But he's picked himself up slower and slower.
There's going to be another big play by this Ada secondary if he keeps throwing before this night's over. It's third down and 8 from the 31.
We have no down lineman, Kenny.
Everybody's standing. Fields takes the snap. They got a bead on Fields rolling left. His pass is caught.
Should be OPI, Kenny.
At the 35, 36-yard line. Nice catch by Ireland. Chase Bailey was on the coverage, but it's still 3 yards short of the first down. That's a nice play because Fields was being chased.
Well, Chase was in better coverage, but Cole Marshall kind of stuck a hip out and had kind of a little bit of a screen or a pick. Pick's what the defense calls it. A rub route is what the offense calls it. But the ball was in the air, and he was blocking downfield. The ball wasn't behind the line of scrimmage, so, I mean, it should have been a OPI.
So Schiller will punt again. The Cougars have held on fourth down. Schiller takes a low snap, one hops it, hits it up the left sideline, going to sell out of bounds somewhere around the 45-yard line, probably in Ada territory.
Wade Boyle's got to do a better job of fielding the ball there, Kenny. He broke late on that, and it bounced right past him. And I hope tomorrow morning when he listens to this broadcast, he sees what I'm talking about and does a better job of fielding the punt there. Wade Boyles is on the sideline, so that tells you where that punt
You'll
landed.
get a text from him about that. So only a 19-yard punt by Schiller. That one came off. So Ada has great field position for their second possession. You kind of got to feel
need to score.
If you can get one more good sustained drive and get in the end zone, this game won't be over by any means. But you sure like
maybe exhale a little bit.
A 2-score lead late in the third, going to the fourth. Credit Hilldale. They've kind of buckled down defensively.
They have. But we're still gashing them occasionally. We just got to put some gashes together.
From the 40, Conway lines up besides Boyles. They got strong sides to left side. Hand off to Conway running left, and he's smashed in the backfield. Never got his shoulders torn that time. Murray gets set on him.
That's one where I'd like to see Chauncey just keep going. Use your speed to try to get to the edge.
Number 75, that's Chase Crowder.
So it's second down and 12 from the 42-yard line. Make it second and 13, a 3-yard loss by Conway. Boyles awaits a snap from Fuller. Man in motion as Riddle sets up on the left side as a sniffer. Boyles going to roll right, looking downfield for Deontay. Comes back to it, got it on the dig, and forward progress should take him for a first down across the 45. Whoa! He caught it way upfield around the 46-yard line. How do they mark it back there? That is a terrible mark.
That's 5 yards.
Wow. Mark it back at the 42-yard line.
48.
Or the 48, yeah, that's terrible. Well, 10 yards. Third down. Fisher on the direct snap, not going to get it. Tried to run over the left side, and that linebacker, Brayson Parker, in there. Well, the Cougars just got a bad mark. They're going to mark it at the 47, so a 1-yard pickup. There's a dig route, and Livingston caught it at about the 44-yard line, and then immediately got pushed backwards and never got away and turned and tried to go upfield. Forward progress should have been.
I don't know, since it was the dig, Kenny, is that why? Since he was running backwards when he caught it, but man, I don't know.
See if the Cougars go for it. We've got an injured Cougar on the field at the 45 in Hilldale territory. It's 4th and 2. Cougars are at the 47 of Hilldale territory. The drive started 8:45, and it's George Maddox who was down on the play.
Cramping. Go ahead and switch me over to camera 4 here.
George comes.
He caught that on the 44. And it froze up on me. Oop, there you go. Switch me back. I don't know, Kenny. That's.
Ada's going to be patient and trust their defense and punt. Probably the right thing here from the 47. Brock Boyles at his 47. Brady Scott deep. Brock high driving kick. Hits at the 21. Cougar bounce. There it goes again. Can he have his third inside the 10? Yes, sir. Down to the 9-yard line. The Bulls did it again. 38 yards. No return, his third. That is pinned Hilldale.
Yeah, we should have been on about the 44 there, Kenny, it looked like.
So Hilldale takes over at their own 9. See if George, did he get back out there already?
No, you got Cale Fuller in for George.
Yep, George still over being tended to on the Ada sideline. Field's going to hand it off up inside. Rowland got a little space that time. Fuller got him down from behind, but he crossed the 20 to the 22-yard line. To a 13-yard pickup on first down and a Hilldale first down. They run it up the gut. So 1st and 10 from the 22. Hornets come up to the line of scrimmage with trip receivers. 2 right, 1 left. Fields the quarterback. Again to Rowland. Oh, he stood up.
I think that's Xander. Nope. That is.
Is that McGilbray?
Cord Coffee.
No, Cord Coffee, 87. You look right. McGilbray was 27. Cord Coffee slid down and nailed him after a 1-yard pickup to the 23. So they run it on the first 2 plays. Been showing a lot of pass. Looks like George got the cramp worked out. Eager to get back in. 2nd down and 9. Ball at the 23. 7-0 Ada. 5:32 to play.
Officials timeout.
I'll say some reason the clock stopped. Fisher Marr.
Got blood.
Yep, he's going to come out. Maddox replaces Marr. Blood on the right elbow. They'll quickly bandage it and get the blood stopped. Get him back in there. 2nd and 9. You got Carlock and Bailey in the secondary. The corners are Kamari and Deontay on 2nd and 9 from the 23. Dawson Field, the sophomore signal caller. Hands it to Rowland inside, and
George
goes nowhere. They close that up in a hurry. They came out with 3 consecutive run plays. The first one was good for 13. The next 2 go a yard apiece. Isaiah Hayden slid down, got a piece of the action too. The Cougar defense, again, Coach Shamley loved the stat coming in, 15 of 62, 24.2%. That's the opponent's third down average. Hilldale tonight faces another third down. They were 5 of 10 at halftime, had some little success, I believe. 3rd down and 8 from the 24. Clock rolling at 4:32. Fields in the pistol. Play action. Looking right. Flushed. In some trouble. Now fires one. Caught for a first down. Coming back
it depends. He shouldn't. He should be marked back where he went down because that's what happened to us earlier. It's the same thing.
And Ireland got it to 34. They're going to give him 10 yards and a first down. So Ireland got 10 off the scramble by Fields, who again was under duress.
It's a good job by Carlock making that tackle because there's green rubber stuff behind him.
From the 34-yard line, 4 minutes to play. Fields takes the snap. Here's Roland.
JB with a one-handed tackle.
He's so strong. Got off his block, and as he laid down, reached out, got the arm legs of Roland up at the 37.
It's a gain of 3 yards. It'll be
Second down and 7. Late in the third quarter. 7-zip Ada. This is how the game finished a week ago. Ball setting at the 37-yard line. They bring a receiver left. That's Cole Marshall. Twins out to the right. They stay in the pistol. They run the pistol most of the night. Tight end strong to the left side. Roll the quarterback. Fields rolls right. Throws it short. Xander Rhines was all over it.
You're going to have a hold in the backfield, Kenny.
Dawson Fields got popped by Mars and went out of bounds, but a hold's going to push him back. So it'll be third down and...
Well, it'll be either second and about 17 or third and 7.
I think you'll take the penalty here probably.
Indication is holding against
Moving back, Samuel Jordan comes in. Isaiah Hayden checks out.
It looked like Cord knew where he was going before the quarterback knew where he was going. I mean, he shot straight that way and would have met him in the backfield, but was held.
Moves it all the way back to the 27 with 3:20 to play in the third quarter. Kenny Morrison, Trey Kinley, Nathan Crowell Engineering, Mason Lee doing a great job on camera from Coy East-O Stadium. We take the crew to Medill next week.
Hobo Joe's.
Early departure time for Hobo Joe's. On second down and long, Fields rolling right from the gun, stepping up in the pocket, head on a swivel downfield.
That's a legal forward pass.
You get past the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, he was a yard past it. There's the flag. Thank you.
Came late. They had to watch the boundary, and that'll be loss of down. Isn't that correct?
I think so.
I know grounding
is. I'm not sure about legal forward
maybe
pass.
It's not. I was thinking of grounding. It was incomplete. They'll look to the Ada bench, and if it's not a loss of down, they'll decline it.
Loss of down.
It is loss, yep.
So I think it's a 5-yard penalty from the spot.
A pass incomplete. They mark it back to the 24-yard line to a 3-yard penalty. Third down. They need to reach the 44. Ada's got him behind the chains on 3rd and 20. 2 receivers right. Got a sniffer to the left. Fields going to roll left. Not much going on downfield. He got his man. He open, but there's a nice tackle by Bailey. Kept everything in front of him.
Yep.
He found Parker Ireland. Again, most of Fields' passes coming when he rolls out of the pocket.
I haven't seen him throw one from the pocket.
That was a 15-yard pickup. So a good pickup. And I don't know if they're going to bring the punter on. They're just going to be patient here with 2:44 to play and counting. So the Cougar defense looks like they're going to get off the field again, forcing another Hilldale punt. Big special teams play on a return would be nice. As Schiller stands at his 27-yard line, takes the snap. High driving kick. Richardson lets it bounce, picks it up at the 25, streaks forward to the 31. They'll mark him at the 30. So from the 25, 56, 36-yard kick. 5-yard return. And the Cougars take over again. So we've just picked up where we left off in the first half. Teams exchanging punts. You know, the Cougars didn't know they were going to be without Will Johnson, I think, until today.
Correct.
And and the guy that plays both ways, and I was told by Coach yesterday that he just told Will, you're going to play a lot of snaps both ways tomorrow night because of our other injury problems. Then you end up not having Will. So, again, just credit this group of Cougars who've gone out there and filled in the gap and done a great job. Direct snap. Across the 35 is Carlock. Went to the Wildcat, got to the 36. Good blocking up front. Fuller leading the way out there. Cole Marshall got him down, but that's a nice gain on first down. Second down and 4. Cougars may stay in this Wildcat a bit. Try to put extra blockers in the game.
Yeah.
And, Hilldale has kind of rallied to the run game. Cougars have had some big plays, but they've had some negative plays as well. The Cougars bring an extra blocker in, got the double sniffer in there with Marr and Riddle. Something, again, we saw Coach was telling me about earlier this week. Riddle comes in motion, takes fake handoff. Carlock keeps it straight ahead, first down. Faked the handoff, got the defense spread out, then used his quick feet and speed to go north and south to the 43-yard line. He got 7, and the Cougars have amassed another first down.
Tackled initially by number 45, Hunter Frazier. However, that's enough yardage.
Was that 2nd and 5, Kenny?
First down.
2nd and 4, and he got 7. Went from 30 to 36 on first down, 36 to the 43 on second. Hunter Frazier gathered him down. Fuller over the football, empty backfield for Carlock. Again, both sniffers in the game. Carlock going to run left, pulling his Sun Eagle out there. Carlock trying to get to the edge, can't this time.
He's still up.
Stayed on his feet, finally slung down. Forward progress, this time given to the 41. He lost 2. They had a riddle over there at the sniffer back. They've got Sun Eagle pulling from the right guard position. Just couldn't spring Colton that time. Brings up 2nd and 12. Case Stafford will bring in the play. Will make it Brock Boyles will come in, replacing Carlock.
Case is in as well.
35 seconds to play in the third quarter. 7-zip 8, and Lindsey will go wide left. That's the boundary side. The ball sets on the left hash mark. He's got man coverage over there by Brady Scott. And I don't think the safety's going to slip over. May take a shot here. Nope, he's going to be man-to-man all the way. Let's see if they do it. Play action. Looking right instead to Fisher. In the flat, 40, 45. Barrels over a player at the 49-yard line. May lunge to the 50. Fisher just ducked his shoulder in fullback fashion and barreled forward. Frazier got him, and he got 8. That's a nice play. 8 yards on second down. Sets up a very third and manageable for the Cougars. 3 in the books from Coy Easto. Cougars pitching a shutout. It's precarious. They lead at 7-0. This is Cougar football, a presentation of the Chickasaw Nation. Welcome back to Coy Easto Stadium. Norrisville down below Trey Kinley. We go to the 4th, 4 fingers in the air. The Ada Cougars have the football. Nothing happened in the third as far as points. Still 7-0. And the Cougars got a third and manageable. They need 6. They need to reach they're in plus territory at the 49 in Hilldale territory.
Yeah, got Brock in. I'd like to see a short pass here.
Cougars will now go south to north, wind at their back in the 4th. Boyles in the shotgun. Single setback beside him. Takes it. 2-step block. Throwing deep for Deontay downfield. He's got him. He dropped it. The bread basket with a little too much butter on it again. Slid out of the hands of Lindsey. It was a touchdown. Brock put it on the money at the 15, and you don't see Deontay drop many of those. He blew past the cornerback. They've been getting man-to-man with Brady Scott. Deontay beat him. And I thought we had 6.
Yeah, it's tough. Nothing really you can say other than just dang it.
Deontay's as frustrated as anybody in the stadium. He knew he had 6. He did his job to beat his man. Cougars will punt. Try to maintain field position. Boyles.
Good one.
End over end. Caught at the
low.
16-yard line. Returned to the 23-yard line. Eli Justice ushers Brady Scott out of bounds on the far side. So 33 yards. No return. The ball will be set up.
25, I believe.
25.
What did he catch that? About 15?
A small return, I should say. Punt was 33 yards, so it went to the 18-yard line. 7-yard return. The Hilldale takes over, 11:45 mark from their own 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Cougar defense asked to do it one more time. They go to rolling up inside, and he stood up. Fisher Marr stuck his shoulder pads right in the legs of Gabe Rowland.
It's hard to run, Kenny, when you can't move your legs.
Yeah. We don't talk about this much. They plug those gaps, but right now their tackling is very secure, very sure.
George still a little bothered by them cramps.
2nd down and 8. Dawson Fields
back out there, but you can tell he's a little ginger.
3 receivers deployed, 2 right, 1 left. Fields takes the snap there. Just play action. Got a man open, and the flat, and it's knocked away. I thought he was coming to the deep guy down here. Instead, Deontay Lindsey arrived at the football about the same time Chase Crowder tried to catch it. I thought he had Parker Ireland open on about a deeper 10-yard out route. He elected to go short, incomplete, third down.
Yeah, good job, Deontay there, releasing and then coming back up and getting the short receiver.
Chauncey Conway was in momentarily for Ada. He's out. So third down and 8, 27-yard line. Cougar defense trying to stiffen and get the ball back. Fourth quarter, 11:04 to play, 7:08 Ada from the gun. 3 receivers, now 4. The man comes in motion, a handoff to Rowland. He is stuffed on 3rd and 8. Nowhere to go. The wall was built.
Fisher.
And Fisher Marr said, no thanks. J.B. Coyle also getting up off the pack. And it's going to bring up 4th down and 6. They move the football upfield to maybe the 29 as they mark it. So they got 2. They tried to pop it on a run play, and again, another punt. Schiller will do it. LeKeven back at the 40. If you can't catch it clean, let it go here.
Yeah.
They just don't want a big special teams mistake. LeKeven gets away from it. It almost hit a Cougars Kamari in the back, and it's finally dropped onto the 46-yard line by Nate Jones. So that goes for a 21-yard punt.
46-yard line. The Cougars will have it 1st and 10.
From the 29 to the 8 of 46. 25 yards. So now Ada with good field position and wind at their back. Well, that was a quick possession for Hilldale. Only a minute and 31 seconds and 3 and out again.
There's been a few of those in this half.
So Ada takes over from the 46. They got Carlock at the running back now. He'll play beside Brock Boyles. About a half step behind him to his right. LeKeven in motion, takes it on the jet sweep, running right behind the Carlock block.
Good
50.
Cut. They're going to call a hold from 75 yards away.
Flood came in from way back in the defensive secondary. LeKeven got 5 to the 49 in Hilldale territory, but here comes the hold call to push Ada back behind the chains. Hard to say who they got that on, but again, it was the back judge. Trey looks like flew it in, threw the flag in. The ball will go from the 49, where they said the hold took place. Moves it back to the 39, so it's officially got a 7-yard penalty. First and 17. 10:06 to play in the game.
I wonder if they called it from there, Kenny, because that's as far as he could throw it from.
7-zip Ada, twin receivers wide right, a man in the slot to the left make it. Carlock, a little flat pass, catches it. They got him hemmed in and nowhere to go. They read it well. They got Carlock in motion to empty the backfield, and credit Hilldale that time. They was right on the play on the quick pass to Colton out in the flat. That time they gave him forward progress. 2-yard loss, though. There's about 4 Hornets out there. Cougars going backwards. 2nd and 19 from the 37. Lindsey will come back in, and if they put man-to-man coverage with Brady Scott on him again, my God, you get the wind at your back, go for it again. And that's what they've got. They've locked in. They're going to slowly slide the safety Wilson over. Looks like he may. Nope, they get into man in motion. They hand it off to Carlock running left. Cuts upfield. Good blocks downfield. Underwood pulling on the play. Got out there. Forehand got the tackle at the 43. So Carlock got 6. They need to reach the 44. They need 6. They get 7 to the 50. They need 13 yards for a first down. They got to reach the 41 in Hilldale territory. Trip receivers all stacked here to the left side, the boundary side. They empty the backfield. Carlock in motion. Here's a pass for Coffey. He diving catch. He's got it. Cord Coffey from his tight end. They had trips to the left. They slipped Cord out, snuck him out on the right side. Beautifully designed play to the 37-yard line and a Cougar first down.
I like the touch. The ball was a little bit underthrown, But I like the throw there, Kenny. He floated it up and let Cord go out towards the boundary to catch it.
He got 20 from the 43 in Cougar territory to the 37 on third down. That, my friends, a big play. We approach the 8-minute mark. Carlock takes a snap, going to run left, and whistle stop the play.
False start on Ada.
Cougars came in penalties on the season. A couple areas they need improvement on, averaging right at double-digit penalties per game. Had 8 for 65 against Sallisaw last week. Ball moved back to the 42-yard line. Well, Coffey hadn't caught a pass in a few weeks, but he's a threat. Play kind of set up when they had trips to the left and snuck Cord out from the tight end position. Underwood comes out of the game. So who the Cougars put in on that left side.
Ashton moved over to the left side. Probably Sun Eagle moved out to tackle. Yeah. Brennan Riddle over that side. What a run, Brennan. Good job.
Tough run to the 35-yard line. Brennan.
So they moved Delaware to right guard. Looked like Kenny, and moved Sun Eagle out to right tackle.
Brennan Riddle, a rare carry, although he's a running back. He got 8 to the 34-yard line. Big run on 1st and 15 by Brennan Riddle.
Physical run.
2nd and 8, ball at the 34 to Hilldale territory. 7-0 Ada, 7:30 to play in the ball game. It's Carlock, direct snap, running left. He's got some room. Got another hold. Carlock's into the secondary, all the way inside the 20. You saw he had all kinds of space, and the flag came right in the middle of the line of scrimmage. And they call another Ada hold. That hurts because Carlock had all kinds of space. The hold didn't affect the play.
No.
Carlock speeding to the corner. That's going to move it backwards. It would have been a 1st and 10 inside the 20. Instead, they're going to mark it off back to the 44-yard line. So Ada, 3 penalties on this drive that started at the 46. 2 holds and a false start. 2nd and 17 with 7:19 to play. Fuller up over the football. Eli Justice in the slot to the right. Boyle takes the snap, hands off to Carlock, who's at the running back, and he goes nowhere. Brought down at the 45-yard line. He'll lose a yard.
He's hurt. Grabbing at his knee.
At the 45 in Hilldale territory, we'll take a timeout. Ada leads Hilldale 7-zip. 7:05 to play in the 4th. This is Cougar football, a presentation of the Chickasaw Nation. Welcome back to Norris Field. 7:05 to play in the 4th quarter. Colton Carlock, that last carry, Ada's leading ground gainer on the season. Gingerly up. No reason to speculate. Lower leg injury, it appears. He gets some help off the field at about the 45-yard line. Hope Colton is okay. Colton can do so much in that backfield, from the Wildcat to playing running back.
The defender had him by the right leg. Didn't look like there was any collision into it or anything like that. Maybe just twisted it.
Putting a little weight on it as he comes off. Cougars have 3rd down from the 45 in Hilldale territory, have to reach the 27. So a 3rd and 18 will be under 7 minutes, more than likely, after this snap. Coach Osteen on the field giving Fisher Moore instructions. He playing the sniffer back on the left side. Brock Boyle in the shotgun. Moore in motion, left to right, gets set, and the Cougars have moved again. The Cougars were penalty-free early in the game. Now they're mounting a bit, and that's 4 on this possession, Trey, and they've been big ones. So this we'd be inside the 20 looking to put this game away.
Makes it 3rd down 22.
Moves it back to the 50, 3rd and 22. Deontay's on the near side. Cole Marshall's locked up man-to-man. They get Maury in motion, so it's going to be man-to-man over here. Boyle's back looking that way. Throwing on a slant pattern, or a deep post, and it's incomplete.
Good pass there.
So the Cougars, that time, self-destruct on the penalties. And we'll have to trust the defense one more time at the 6:40 mark. Fourth quarter leading 7-0. Brock Boyles, who's been solid punting tonight, will try to do it again. The ball's right at midfield.
Going to have Kevin probably in at the safety position for Carlock.
Brady Scott is deep. Boyle angles one right. Pretty good kick. Hits at the 25. Bounces inside the 15. Got an end-over-end bounce. Mark it at the 14-yard line.
Boyle's punt is down inside the 20. It's actually inside the 15.
So another one inside the 20. That's 36 yards again and no return, and his 4th inside the 20.
Yeah, he's punted the ball well tonight. He's got 6 for averaging 36.5. And a lot of those you wouldn't have wanted to go any further.
So with 6:29 to play, Hilldale takes over from the 14, and here we go. Cougar defense asked to do it one more time.
McGilvray actually in at safety with Chase Bailey.
Dawson Field, sophomore quarterback. Rolling behind him in the pistol, junior running back. They throw a screen pass, wide receiver to the 15 to the 20. Bailey up to help on the tackle, along with Fisher. They throw a screen to Dawson Goodland, just a freshman at 5'9". Nope, it's number 7, Brady Scott, up to the 20-yard line. So he got 6.
It's a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd down 4.
2nd and 4. We under 6 on this snap. We knew they'd throw it more. They've thrown it even more than we thought.
33 times.
2nd down and 4 from the 20. Cougars do have one Oski in the game, a George Maddox.
That's a false start.
Yeah, it's false. And
Tailback was falling forward. I think the center forgot the snap count.
So that pushing them back to a 2nd and 9. Ada defense on this possession in the fourth quarter. J.B. Cole's gone the whole way at nose guard. Isaiah Hayden on the right defensive end. Cord Coffey's been good again tonight, left defensive end. Marred Maddox in the middle. Xander Rhines, Brendan Riddle, the outside backers. Bailey and McGilvray, the safeties. Lindsey, Kamari Richardson, the corners. They spread the field with 4 wide receivers. Fields again out of the pocket, sprinting left. Hayden chasing. Hayden got him as he fired a pass, and it's incomplete.
Good job there by Xander Rhines out there in coverage, ripping it out.
And Fields knew that he was that Isaiah Hayden was in the area, as he just kind of bear hugged him as he released the football. Another big 3rd down.
Yeah, we got to stop here, Kenny. The coach is going to have to make a decision, because at what point do you have to start going for it?
Yep.
I mean, your defense is playing phenomenal as well.
I think with 5:36 to play and 3 timeouts into the win,
you got to punt it.
You'll have to punt it. But see if the Cougars can get off the field. They've been pretty good tonight again on 3rd down. One more time. 3rd down and 9. Ball at the 15. Fields sprinting left. Marr in pursuit. Fields throwing into the bench. Incomplete. Well, he was being chased, but the secondary just had him locked down.
Yep.
And when you sprint, you cut the field in half and almost a third over there. And you got to be pretty accurate on that rollout. He has been a couple of times, but what's his stats for the night?
5 of 15. No, I'm sorry. He is 9 of 28.
Yep, less than 33%.
They were 5 of 10 at half. They were 2 of 6 in the second half, 3rd down.
Again, special teams need to be good. Cougars don't even put anybody back. Schiller will catch it. Schiller will punt it.
Got a piece of it.
And they rushed. And picking it up is Kamari.
If they get a piece of it, you can, can't you, Kenny?
You can at the 33-yard line.
Should be a block in the back. Personal foul. We're going to go 15 yards closer to the end zone.
Against Hilldale at the end of the play.
Yep. Fisher took one in the back.
So that punt only goes 18 yards. Who got a piece of it? Did we get that?
I forgot to plug my iPad in, so it's DOA right now. Here, I can tell you.
Second time tonight. Xander Rhines had a piece earlier.
Brennan Riddle got it.
They had no
Kamari
one.
picked it up at the 33 and got all the way down to the 31.
So a 2-yard return.
Dead ball.
Off
Personal foul.
Off an 18-yard punt.
Yep.
So personal foul Hilldale now. With 5:18 to play, the Cougars will have it at the 17-yard line in Hilldale territory. A chance after that exchange. They punted Trey from the 20, and the Cougars end up. They punted from the 15, and the Cougars end up at the 17.
2-yard.
Brock Boyles, the quarterback. Colton Carlock came off with an injury. Haven't looked to see if he's being treated or if he's on the sidelines, but Boyles takes the snap. Fisher, 15,
Good
cuts
block,
inside,
Daly.
10. Bam, he just knocked the player down. Still bullying his way ahead to the 6-yard line. How about Fisher? Who made that block? Delaware? Woo! Fisher Marr just lowered the boom on one of the Hornets. Down to the 7. 10 yards and a Cougar first down. So Ada threatening to put this game away inside 5 minutes, leading Hilldale 7-0, the 6th-ranked team in Class 4A. Your Cougars, Hilldale 3-1, also 1-0. George Maddox limps onto the field with that cramping right calf, as George hadn't played a ton of offense this year, but they've got the jumbo package, the heavy set in. Here comes the direct snap to Fisher, running left. Cuts it up inside. They knew it was coming. Ty Paulson hit him first. Lunge forward. Got him to the 5-yard line. Going to give him 2.
I want to see the pop pass out of that, Kenny. You know, Fisher played quarterback in 7th and 8th grade.
Second down and goal from the 5. Case Stafford brings in the play. Lindsey and Maddox come out.
Along with Fisher. Back to a base offense here. So you're going to have Brennan Riddle at the sniffer back. Chauncey in the backfield with Brock.
Riddle sets up left over the tight end Coffey. In motion, Brennan takes it, streaking right, and a whistle stops play. The Cougars false start.
Dadgummit.
Going to move him back to the 10. This drive started at the 17 after a short punt and a personal foul against Hilldale. 3:51 to play. If Ada can win this game and hang on, they'd be 2-0 in district play.
Looked like Keeve moved a little bit early in the slot there.
Case Stafford brings in the play. So now the playbook wide open on second down from the 10. Goal to go. 3:34. Hilldale all 3 timeouts left. Boyles from the gun. Riddle in motion. Boyle's going to keep it running right and goes nowhere.
Busted play, it looked like, Kenny.
So got 10 on first down to the 7, going backwards since.
Hilldale going to call a timeout.
Brought down by multiple Hornets. There is a timeout on the field. It'll be a timeout charge to.
You're in field goal range at the 11. So do you get it to the middle of the field, try a run game, get 2 or 3 yards, and try to make it a 2-score game?
I don't know, Kenny.
I say you put a little trust in the leg of.
Carlock's got his helmet and he's walking. That's a good sign. George is getting another massage to that right calf. He's just laying around down there. Grandma, he's okay. He just got. You need to text George every day this week and say, "Are you drinking water?"
They've played a lot of snaps. So here's the situation. The ball's back at the 11-yard line. It's 3rd and goal. Ada leads 7-0. 3:18 to play. Ada 0 of 1 on field goal tries this year. But that's definitely possible. a possibility if they don't convert here on third down. Ashton Rowell, Isaiah Hayden on the left side, Fuller the center, Sun Eagle, and Delaware on the right side. From the gun, Riddle besides Brock, takes it, going to roll left, looks for Deontay, throws, went up, had it in his hands and got it poked away. Had the pass, Cole Marshall probably got a hand in there, it looked like. So it's 4th and goal, and now decision time. You put it in the hand of special teams, a 28-yard field goal with the wind. Chance for a 2-score game. Let the clock run down. Nope.
No, it's incomplete pass.
Yeah,
so.
clock's. They're going to use a timeout anyway. The Cougars will use the timeout. Caden Mitchell is out there in the huddle as the Cougar staff try to make a decision. We'll keep it right here. Big play. Ada leads 7-0. Hilldale last week against the ropes late against Stillwell. Made that frantic rally, scored late, won in overtime 24-21. You know, if you miss the field goal, they get it at the 20. You just want to make sure you don't have a blunder on a snap, hold a block, or give them a chance for that's always goes through your mind. But it's only at this point about 8 yards more than an extra point. The ball sets on the 11-yard line. The ball just inside the right hash, not a bad angle for Caden Mitchell. And
looks like we're going for it.
They'll go for it. A little bit of a surprise for me here, the chance. But so two things here. You kick a field goal, 2-score lead, you probably win for sure. You don't kick it. Your defense has played great. They've got a long field. They've not been able to move it that length all night long. So you roll the dice with your defense.
It's got to end in the orange.
Stack receivers to the right. They empty it.
False start.
Yeah. Wanting to go over the middle. They threw it out. They sent Ryans in motion. That sets them back 5 yards. Well, you hate a false start any time, but especially after a timeout. You get the play call you want. Moves it back to the 16. That's Ada's second penalty on this drive. I've got them a 6 in the quarter. 6 in the half, and they've been some bad times. So 4th down now from the 16.
Yeah, looks like Sun Eagle was pulling there and came out a little bit early.
3 receivers right. Stafford, Richardson, I think that's Eli Justice maybe in the slot. Brock going to roll that way. Wants to throw back left. Ran into his own man. Fumbled the football. Cougars got it, but it won't matter. Ashton Rowell got on it, but it's a sack back at the 24. They wanted to throw back to the left, and good pursuit. So now it's up to the defense. A game where the offense has had some plays, but for the most part is bogged down. With 3:01 to play, Hilldale takes over, throwing 24. Trey, game on the line.
Yep. As my good friend Jay Carroll would say, boys, it's time to bow your neck.
They stack trips to the right. Fields throws it, maybe a double pass. Here it comes. You can see it coming, and the Cougars got it covered, and they got him.
Xander.
He never got it off. They wanted the double pass. You can see it coming.
We got another injured player.
Ty Wilson caught it at the 20. Cougars covered downfield, and Xander Rhines buried Wilson back at the 20, a 4-yard loss.
So that's a rush for Ty Wilson.
Threw it backwards. Yep, so they could throw it downfield, and that was sniffed out.
Yeah.
You can see it from up here what they were trying to do, and the Cougars had it sniffed out down below. Plus, it was on the Ada sideline.
Yeah.
2nd down and 14. 2:17 and counting. Ball at the 20. Hilldale needs to go 80 to try to tie this game. Cougars lead 7-0. Fields sprints left. Hayden gets off his block. Fields throws, and it's caught. Maybe
out of bounds.
To Brady Scott, but it's out of bounds, incomplete. And again, if you want to sprint out and throw little 7-yard passes right now, you'll let them do it for the rest of the 2:04. Ada's secondary has been outstanding. Xander Rhines was showing his speed again, trying to get to the quarterback. Ball placed back at the right hash. Now it's 3rd down and 14. This is the Hilldale team that can get
Kenny, Colton Carlock back out there. That's good to see. Like I said, it didn't look like there was any contact to the sides of the leg or anything. It looked like maybe the guy twisted it while he was down.
This
Another timeout for Hilldale.
This is a Hilldale team that came in averaging 26.5 points a game, surrendering 22.5. They had 48 against Nathan Hill, 21 against Tulsa Edison, 13 in a loss to 5A Claremore, and 24 last week in a win over Stillwell. But again, nothing on the board in this game. Cougars have shut out their opponents in 2 of their 4 wins, trying to make it 3 out of 5. If they can finish it off here, it'll be 10 consecutive quarters.
Hey, Kenny, with the upcoming schedule, we could go on a heck of a streak. Shutouts.
Medill, Stillwell, the next
Gibson.
2, and Fort Gibson the next 3. Trying to, and at the same time, do all this, just trying to get healthy in some areas. The ball at the 20 on the right hash. Hilldale has 1 timeout left. They used it there, even though the pass was incomplete and stopped the clock. They
need to draw up their best 14-yard play here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a run here, Kenny.
4 receivers, twins right and left, straight drop this time by Field.
That's a hold.
Deep down the middle of the field. Bailey's got a great pursuit. That could have been interference on number 7, Brady Scott. Chase Bailey looked like the intended receiver, Trey, and that young man had tremendous position on the inside of Scott.
It was a blatant push in the back. We should have a hold and an OPI, but we're just going to get the hold, which is fine.
And they got the hold, they declined it. So Hilldale will have to go for it now.
Yeah.
On 4th and 14, only because they have 1 timeout left. I don't think they can afford to punt. They need 14 for a first down. They went for it all there and instead of trying to maybe get 7 or 8, 9, or then get a first down. But Chase Bailey's coverage there was magnificent. He's kind of an unsung back there. I know he has a couple interceptions, but he just does his job.
Yeah, he does. He's done a good job, especially for a kid who's never played football till last year.
Crowd on their feet. Biggest play of the game. Cougars trying to seal the deal. Fields takes the snap. Steps up in the pocket. Fires downfield. Intercepted. Guess who? Bailey at the 48. On cue. Breaks the tackle. Hang on to the football, Chase. 38-yard line. The Cougars may have sealed the deal on a return to the 38.
George is going to get a personal foul here.
Bailey's 3rd interception of the year.
He's hurt too, Kenny. No, he's cramping.
Chase got it at the 48, returned it 10 yards. 2nd interception of the game of the Cougars, 12th of the season, 3rd by Bailey.
He got it to 8 of 48.
8 of 48, returned it to the 38 at the Hilldale 38.
Injured Cougar was Chase Bailey. The interception was by Chase Bailey.
Returned it 10 yards. They tried to strip it from Chase as he was trying to return it.
Yeah, that's one where you don't want to intercept it. It's 4th down. But
hard to drop those.
Yeah. So he returned it to the 40.
Indication is illegal block in the back.
Illegal block and a personal foul against Ada. So again, for another week where the Cougars have really killed themselves with penalties, and they'll continue to work on cleaning that up. So with 1:42 to play, Ada at their own 35-yard line after a couple of penalties. Ada +2 in the turnover department tonight, +4 now on the season. An amazing number of interceptions, though, averaging 3 a game. or just under 3 a game. That's 12 through now 5 games. Rind will be beside Boyles, and Hilldale can only stop the clock 1 time. So if you hang on to the football, you can run the clock out here. Boyles takes the snap. Zander, 2 hands on the football, and that tough linebacker Brayson Parker got him at the 36. Hilldale will use their final timeout. We'll take one, too. $1:29 to play from Coy-Easto Stadium. Same score we had a week ago. Cougars on the high side, 7-0. Cougar football, a presentation of the Chickasaw Nation. Back to Norris Field. Last time out for Hilldale. The Hornets trail your Cougars 7-zip. Ada has a 2nd and 9, and it'll be 25 on the play clock as the Cougars come to the football tray. And again, it's just handed off to Zander right here, and he'll put 2 hands on the football and secure
Bust
it.
one and get us 14 points.
Yeah, that'd be okay.
These shutouts are phenomenal, but I'd like to be winning these games by 15 in case it comes down to points.
Low snap. Zander hammered in the backfield. Schiller at 275 kind of sits on him along with Caden Ford. Caden Ford just a freshman.
Short loss on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 12.
To a 33-yard line, lost 3. Yeah, so they're plus 14 in 2 district games right now as we stand. Point differential. So they can run this down and I think run the clock out. If they snap this inside 40 seconds, which they can.
Yep.
And then the play will be over. So if they hang on to the football, like they may just use it. Nope. They'll snap it.
Yeah.
And then shouldn't have to snap it again. Victory formation for the Cougars. Brock takes the snap, takes a knee at the 33 with 37 to play, and we can walk off the field, Trey Kinley. The Ada Cougars are 5-0 on the season. They have learned to do it in grinding fashion, battling injuries in a game where, again, penalties came a little too often at inopportune times, but the defense was again phenomenal. Coach Osteen's team defeats Coach Blevin's team, and for the same score we had a week ago, it's 8-7. Hilldale Hornets zip. Ada 5-0 on the season, 2-0 in district play. This is Cougar Football, your post-game show of Ada football, including all your Ada Nissan replays and much, much more. 3 minutes away, Cougar Football tonight, a presentation of the Chickasaw Nation. Welcome back to Coy-Easto Stadium. You see Coach Brad Osteen and the Cougar coaching staff addressing the club between the 15 and 25-yard line on the north end of Coy-Easto Stadium. Hilldale on the far side. Hard-fought football game, Trey. 7-0 Ada for the second week in a row. Last week, Ada got a third-quarter touchdown on a big play. This week, first drive of the game, the Cougars come out and go 92 yards and 11 plays, all on the ground. Attempted 1 pass. It was incomplete on the drive. Got a Fisher-Mar touchdown run. And
how much time was left on the clock?
That was it. 4:26 to play in the first quarter when they scored. So we go 12-24, 36, 40-26 without points. A lot of punts back and forth. Cougar defense really, Hilldale, early in the game, they got on their first drive, got to the Cougar 39, was as far as they got. And then later in the game, on a pass play, got down into Ada territory, but then it stalled there. They made a really nice pass when it looked like the Cougars had it defended well to get in Ada territory. But the 22-yard line, I think, is about as far as they got. Then the Cougars put the clamps on them and end up +2 in the turnover column. And just another. Anytime you win, it's no apologies. You got things you got to clean up. Cougars cleaned up the turnovers.
Just got to get healthy, Kenny.
Yeah, penalties and then getting healthy. They played tonight without, 4 or 5 players, three starting offensive linemen. I'm going to stop the comments on that there, though, and say let's talk about the ones and what they did tonight.
They played well.
You know?
I mean, we'll get into the stats here in a minute. We had some negative plays, but you're going to have those. It happens. We also had some gash plays, which means they did their job up front. Brock was only sacked once. He was pressured a few times, but all in all, tonight the story is missed passes either by Brock or by the receivers dropping them, and the defense.
Phenomenal. 10 consecutive shutout quarters now, and have shut out 3 of their 5 opponents. And this shutout streak started in the second half against a powerful McAllister team, and they shut them out for the final 24 minutes. Shut out Ardmore, held Durant to 7 points. So
that's 3 scoreless quarters at Durant, 4 at Ardmore. So they've only given up points in 3 quarters.
Yeah, they gave up 20 to McAllister, 7 to Durant, and then 3 shutouts.
Yeah. So 3 quarters they've given up a point.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
Out of 20.
Yeah.
Right? Is that right? 5 games, 4 quarters?
20 quarters.
Yeah. So 17 scoreless quarters on the season.
Yeah, this defense playing phenomenal. We knew they'd be solid coming in, and they're living up to their billing to this point. It's got them to a 5-0 start on the season, 2-0 in the 4A4 district. They'll be tied atop the district with Poto because of the results tonight. Broken Bow lost. Hilldale, of course, lost to Ada. So it's Ada and Poto now at 2-0 in district play. Let's go ahead and get to the Ada Nissan replays as we're here in the postgame show. And we got a couple for the second half. Ada's had the ball in the fourth quarter and took over at their own 46-yard line. They ended up facing a third down from the 43. Needed 13 yards as they went backwards after a holding play. And they had trip receivers to the left side and hadn't showed this. They snuck Cord Coffee from the right. He was set up on the right side at the tight end and made a nice catch off a Brock Boyle's pass to keep a drive alive. Stacked here to the left side, the boundary side. They empty the backfield. Carlock in motion. Here's a pass for Coffee. He diving catch. He's got it. Cord Coffee from his tight end. They had tried to drop on the play there, and as they set it up with the trips to the left, and Brock immediately sprinted right, looking for it was the Coffee all the way. If he was there, good. If not, you probably throw it away or scramble. They set up a first down. Cougars in couldn't score on the play, but Brock Boyles punted, and he was sensational tonight. We'll give you his numbers in a moment. He pinned Hilldale inside the 23 times. Just one of those games where you just played field position, and the Cougars came away with the win 7-0. Late in the game on Hilldale's last drive, they had a fourth down. We just talked about the play before, how solid Chase Bailey had been this year. They're doing a great job. Had a couple interceptions coming in, but just doing a great job staying home most of the night. Well, when Hilldale faced a fourth down and long on their final chance, Chase Bailey appropriately, because the defense played so well, would seal the deal for the Ada Cougars. Fields takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, fires downfield, intercepted. Guess who? Bailey at the 48 on cue. Breaks a tackle. Hang on to the football, Chase. Picked that off at the 48-yard line, and Hilldale territory returned at 10. Cougars had a couple penalties on the play that moved them way back, but then Hilldale just had one timeout left. Cougars able to run out the clock. Instant replays and your recap brought to you by our friends at Ada Nissan. I got a car from them in the off season, and they're really enjoying it. Appreciate Ada Nissan, their sponsorship of Ada Cougar football. Caden Mitchell kicked the extra point earlier in the game. I didn't mention that it was the seventh point for Ada to win at 7-0. Again, game of field position and punts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Let me count them here. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. How about 14 combined punts, according to my chart here, Trey Kinley, for the Ada Cougars. We'll come back with your final stats. This is Cougar Football streaming at K80aradio.net and a presentation of the Chickasaw Nation.
I'll just read them.
Welcome back to Coy Easto Stadium. Kenny Morrison alongside Trey Kinley, Nathan Crowell, great job engineering, and Mason Lee, as always. Appreciate Mason on camera as the Cougars get it done tonight. 7-0 against the Hilldale Hornets, and, maybe an omen. Cougars 2-1 all time against Hilldale.
Yep.
2 times they beat them on to state championships back in the mid-'90s. So, get one foot in front of the other. But the Cougars are 5-0. They've done everything they've needed to find a win so far. And again, have done it in convincing fashion with 42 points against McAllister, 41-0 against Ardmore, get into the district, and 2 grinders. But they won. They're winning in different styles. And tonight they did it not only in the defense, again, now pitching 10 straight shutout quarters, but did it again with some guys that had to step up that hadn't had as many snaps this year, but went out and found a way to get it done. Final stats now with Trey Kinley.
Yeah, Hilldale finished with 9 first downs, so had 6 there in the second half. 23 rushes for 60 yards, so less than 3 yards a carry. 9 of 31 passing for $124, so you take away the 50-yard completion, then it's 8 for 50 or 8 for 70, less than 10. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions, no fumbles, 6 penalties, 45 yards, third down conversions, 7 of 18. Ada finished with 11 first downs, only 3 in the second half. 40 carries for 175 yards, so that dropped down there in the second half, Kenny, but it's still over 4 yards a carry. 5 of 16 passing for 33 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Did have 1 fumble, did not lose it. 13 penalties for 105 yards.
Yeah.
We've got to clean that up. Third down conversions, 5 of 15. Fourth down, 0 for 2. Individually for Hilldale, Gage Rowland had 12 carries for 33 yards. Dawson Fields, 9 for 22. Brady Scott, 1 for 9. And Ty Wilson had that backwards pass, 1 for -4. Passing, Dawson Fields, 9 of 31, 124. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Receiving, Parker Ireland had 5 for 63. Ty Wilson had 2 for 54. Brady Scott, 1 for 6. And Cole Marshall, 1 for 1. And since it's kind of a thing tonight, Cash Schiller had 8 punts for about a 34-yard average and a 52 long. And then individually for Ada, rushing, Xander 10 for 68, so 6.8 a carry. Colton Carlock 10 for 44. Fisher Moore 6 for 29. Chauncey Conway 9 for 26. Keeve had 1 for 10. Brendan Riddle had 1 for 8. Brock had 3 for -10. Brock was 5 of 16 for 33 yards. Cord Coffey had 1 for 20. Deontay Lindsay had 1 for 10. Fisher had 1 for 8. And then we had Carlock had 1 for -2, and Case Stafford had 1 for -3. And then kicking, Brock had 6 punts, 39 long, 36.5 average. Kenny, we didn't throw the ball bad. That we just got to clean it up. We got to concentrate, catch the ball, lead them a little bit better at times. Not saying Brock threw the ball great. Even the completion to Cord, if he hits him in stride, he goes further. Great job by Cord going down and catching it, and great job by Brock giving him a catchable ball. But it's the injuries. There's a chance that I don't know where they're at, but there's a chance next week we have Will and Dawson both back, and it's a completely different line again. And the good news is now you've got a kid in Underwood who's got some experience, who's got some time that you cannot replicate in practice. You cannot. This is the only place you can get it. And I'm sure he won't grade out great, but to me he did a decent job tonight. I just, I don't know on Karan what his status is, but he's not in a brace, so I assume it's a week-to-week thing. And Colin Christian, same thing. So we've got some serious injuries, but it was great to see Carlock come out of the tent and go back on the field. That's big time. Credit to Spencer Bond, the trainer, and Brian Freeland, who's here for home games, helping on the sidelines. They go in there and they do their exam and okay him to go back out on the field, and he did. But the defense Defensive line played great. I don't know how many snaps. I mean, JB played all the snaps defensively, except for maybe one or two. Deuce played a ton of snaps tonight because he was playing on both sides of the ball. Kel Fuller did a pretty good job snapping. There was a few low ones, but not that was cleaned up from last week, the low snaps. So I don't think there's any reason to panic. You're 5-0. You've beat two teams that are comparable. I think Sallisaw is a little bit better this year, and we'll get to that when I'll go over these scores. So move on. Next week is Medill, who's going to be coming off of a pretty big loss. I think Poto beat him pretty bad.
Yep, Poto handled him pretty well tonight.
So obviously 7-0 here. Fort Gibson kicks a late field goal and beats Broken Bow at Broken Bow 30-27. So there's a winless team last year. I think they may have won the last game. There's a battle of the winlesses.
Because Sallisaw ended up winless, so Fort Gibson got one.
Number 3, Newcastle gets upset at home by Blanchard, 28-13. Tecumseh rolls over Classen. Cleveland beats Skytook at home. Tuttle wins 27-0. Bridge Creek falls to Bethany, 38-0. Sallisaw absolutely all over Stillwell, which doesn't surprise me. Sallisaw's good, 41-17. So there's a team that we shut out that scored 41 points. Sallisaw.
Yep.
Clinton beats Elk City 21-7. Weatherford beats Woodward 43-0. Cushing 48-14 over Catoosa. McLean 13-0 over Miami. Wagner beats a 2-2 Oologah 24-0. That's kind of surprising, like you mentioned earlier. Poto all over Medill 48-0. Cash all over Southeast 55-0. And then the game from last night, Chickasha beat John Marshall 49-28.
That's your scoreboard from Coy Easto Stadium. And another opponent they beat this year, Durant, beat Glenpool tonight 41-14.
Yep.
So in 5A, so they're a much better football team. And
McAllister did fall to Del City.
Second-ranked Del City.
Yep. Carl Albert beat Shawnee 70-0. That's it. Sit down, Miami Dolphins. They shut them out on top of the 70 burger.
They did. All right, so our next action is next Friday night. On the road after 4 straight home games, we'll be on the road the next 2. Medill, 7 o'clock kickoff, 6:30 airtime. If you can't make it to Medill, we'll make the short journey and have the
first time we've been down there, isn't it?
It is. First time down there. Been down there for some soccer.
I hope we're in the home press box
soccer
and
games.
not on the visitor side.
Yeah.
Because there's not enough counter space for you, let alone me. And
well, that's true. I'm kind of a counter hog.
Carter will be back on the broadcast next week.
Looking forward to Carter helping us out. 6:30 airtime and at 99.3, but also, of course, the live stream, kadaradio.net. You can catch all the action, and we're glad to bring it to you along with all of our sponsors of Cougar football. Stillwell the following week, then 2 more home games. The last game of the regular season is Broken Bow here at home. So the Cougars will play, you got 3. We've played 1 road game. We've got 3 more road games, 2 more home games is the way it works out for the final 10. As Ada's got a nice home heavy schedule this year after the brutal travel a year ago. But the big news tonight, the Ada Cougar defense extends their shutout streak to 10 consecutive quarters, pitched their 3rd shutout in 5 games, and the 4A's number 6th ranked team knocks off Hilldale 7-0.
Should move up a spot.
With the loss of
3 lost. They lost to 5. I got to think they'll probably drop them 4 or 5 spots.
Still think it's their 2nd loss.
It is,
I believe. Yeah, so probably would. The Cougars may be as high as that number 5 spot going into the Medill game next week. Get healthy, and let's go get after them next week. Trey, great job. Enjoyed the broadcast. Mason Lee on camera as always. Terrific work. Nathan Crowell. Doing a great job engineering, getting our replays set up, brought to you by Ada Nissan. For all of our sponsors of Cougar football, for Trey, for Mason, for Nathan. Final score one more time, 8-7. Hilldale Hornets 0. From Coy Easto Stadium, till next week when we're at Medill, I'm Kenny Morrison. God bless. Good night, everybody.